guys? Happy new week. It is Monday the 10th of July. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And I'm one of your hosts, my own royalty.
Big man Use in the building. Good morning.
It's your girl Justine. Hello, hi.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer, news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
Love it. How's everybody doing this lovely Monday morning?
Tired, sure.
Yeah, I feel like that's just personality trait at this point. It's just...
How can she say tiredness is a personality trait?
It is. I'm consistently tired.
No, it isn't it?
Like, I don't remember the switch from not being tired, to tired.
Yeah.
It feels like it started in school times. With all the exams and stuff.
It's adulting, man. Adulting is so
ghetto.
taxing. It's mad. But
It's actually the ghetto.
what can we do?
What can
And
we
have you
do?
noticed that weekends literally feel like a blip?
Yeah.
Like, it goes by so
It's a scam.
quickly.
I
No, it
don't
is.
believe that's what God intended.
It's nuts, isn't it?
Because the 5 days of working is very intense.
Like, literally.
For
And
it to just be 2 days of rest.
it
And
doesn't
one of
make-
those days...
It doesn't make any sense.
But one of those days is admin week, preparing for the week again.
Exactly. Sunday,
So it's
you
one day
spend
rest.
anxious about the day to make it make sense.
Then again,
man.
though, God did rest in one day.
I was just about to say that too. So
Yeah, but he
Let me-
God. We ain't God. We don't have girl. We is not
That ain't the
God.
truth.
Exactly.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But how's everyone doing? Good weekend?
My social battery's thingy, so I've just been spending it in my house.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that
No,
from
I
you
know.
because you've been needing to do that for a minute.
No, literally, my mum was like, "Oh, look at you maturing." I said, "The shade." It was like, "You're not going out
She's been holding
today."
that in.
I was like, "No." And then the next thing, "You're not going out. What's wrong? Are you sick?" I said, "Excuse me."
She's been waiting.
First
You at the
of
door.
all,
Wearing the same hat.
oh swear, snap.
So
Did you get in
look
your goodie
back
bag?
to see the logo of your hat?
No, I'm showing her the logo.
Oh,
Did you get in your goodie bag?
look at what?
What's that?
Did you get in your goodie bag?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I hear it.
I feel we feel left out. Don't we feel
Sorry.
left out, Iman?
No, me and Yusuf did last week. Obviously, we haven't been in, so we haven't spoke about it. But we went to Belly Must Go Sports Day, hosted by Gymshark and Michael Dapper, and it was fun.
Too much fun.
It was too much
You
fun.
know where
much
Belly
fun.
Must Go? Is that Michael Dapper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was so
I like him.
it was so much fun that I want to do it all over
Yeah,
again. Like
too
it
much
was
fun.
it was so fun, and like I'm sorry, but you see my team.
Did you win?
Yeah,
of
I
course
think
we
one.
did.
He said, of course.
I think one still.
Are you alright? Of course we
So
did.
beat
Like,
FFR.
the thing is, yeah, the odds were against everybody.
Yeah.
Like, did you see how everyone got really upset the moment they
What
saw
do
it?
you mean everyone?
No, like, when they saw our team.
Oh, yeah.
The moment they saw when they saw the lineup, yeah, it was chaos.
Who did
Everyone
you
was
have on
like,
your team?
so I had him, Chiz,
VP.
VP. I had two guys, Jazz and Twan. Jazz left though, and
Jazz went to Michael Dapper's
he went
team.
to Michael Dapper's team. A guy called Andrew Cole.
I don't know the other guys' names in the team, to be honest with you.
So those two,
Yeah.
they're like really big TikTokers.
Oh, is it?
So
Okay,
I only
okay,
met
okay.
them on that day.
Okay.
And then Lanray.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, the
the-
athletic team. It sounds like, yeah.
literally, like,
Yeah.
and everyone was like, "Nah, Gina, you cheated." I said, "How did I cheat? I did not like the
I was gonna say,
everyone."
who selects the teams? Who people on the team?
Okay, so basically, I got given a team, yeah. Like, I got sent, these are people on my team, right? And half of them didn't even show up anyway. So obviously, I already knew that when my people come, they're gonna, if people don't show up, they're gonna come on my team. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So technically, like, I was like, Dapper, you picked your team though. You chose your team. So it's between you and God. Like, don't be angry at me.
Those are your decision-making skills.
No, literally, I knew what I was doing, and I'm sorry, I don't lose. I don't go anywhere to lose. Are
Love that.
you crazy?
Child of God, it's impossible.
No, so we beat them by 10 points. Like no one was catching up to us.
Yeah,
we had
the
like
team
one.
was dope.
We had one strategy. It was the musical chairs. You
Oh,
know, when
musical
we were
chairs.
like, it was the last game, yeah, and we were like, listen, if we don't get that, there's one team in particular because that one game gave 10 points. So they were like 9. I think they were 9 points behind us, right? So if they obviously won that, they would have been ahead and they would have won. And we're like, no, we're not going out like suckers. I'm so sorry. So we intentionally were like the grey team, the grey team, the grey team.
And your boy got to the final, man.
Come on, Yusuf got to the final.
Me and Michael.
You
I
flung
bu-
him.
I bullied my way through that
No,
final.
literally.
I bullied my way through that final, boy.
No, but the team was, do you know what made me laugh? It was VP was like, I don't know how I made this team, but I'm so happy to be here. But no,
How many teams were there?
4.
Okay.
So it was really good.
The top 4 funniest things though. Gina choked out Munya.
Oh, I don't want to talk about that, please. I don't want to talk about it. I feel so bad. Did you see the video?
Oh, the video being released.
What happened?
She choked out Munya. She had him in a full Nelson. You know, full Nelson.
Literally, and swung him over.
Munya?
Yeah.
The video.
Freaky secret,
What
right?
is
The
it?
full Nelson. Man said he had the hammer. And then he pulled out the hammer. Gina had him like this.
I literally
Why, what
smoothed
did you
him
do?
and like I grabbed him from like
Was it
that
one of
and swung him over.
One of the games you're playing?
Because so
Like
basically,
wrestling?
yeah, I'm very
It
competitive,
was during
obviously.
musical chairs.
Musical chairs.
Musical chairs?
Yeah.
Also, Ikenna from Live Island, yeah.
No, the
In his,
outfit.
in his jean shorts.
He had the
Denim.
baggiest.
Pulled my chair from behind me.
shorts.
I just hit the deck. Boom. In front of everyone.
And then no, did you not retaliate
I had to retaliate.
and pushed him all
No, I
in?
had to pick him up.
Put him
And I
through.
slammed him on the floor.
Yikes.
It was.
I had to.
Guys,
Little.
it got very
He's big though.
Is he?
Yeah, he's very
taller
tall.
than me.
I didn't realize he was
No,
that
but
tall.
he's skinny though.
I mean,
He's
he was
skinny.
a
No,
really
he's not
baggy
skinny.
clothes,
Is he
so
not?
no.
Okay, fair enough then. I need to talk about your rest while you're gobbling
Wrestling.
chokehold in musical chairs.
No, it was so bad. Do you know what made me
You
sad?
play musical
yeah?
chairs at baby showers because we can't. You're a hazard. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't do that, baby shower.
That's ridiculous.
But the video, like Michael Douglas put up and it was like, is it
Oh,
W-
he put it up.
He said, "Is it WWE?" It
Wait,
was
on his
the
main page.
story, and you just see his little legs, like.
Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
His little
All right,
legs.
basically to happen,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm very competitive, as we know, yeah. Clearly, a bit too much. I'm blaming Fred.
Why?
Because this all started because of Fred. So we're doing musical chairs, yeah, and obviously they stop the music. I go to sit down. Fred pushes me, yeah, off my seat to sit down. So everyone's like, "Right, chivalry's dead, yeah." Then I see a spare thing behind me, so I sit down. So obviously the game's done now, right? So in that moment, I get up to push Fred, like as in, "Oh, why did you push me off my chair?" When I've done that, Munya's now decided to sit on my seat, and everyone's like, "Oh, you're out," and I'm like, "Are you done? What do you mean? Like, how can I be out? Like, the round is done." So I'm not out. And in that moment, everyone's like, "You're out, you're out." And I was like, "No," but I was like, "I'm not out by any means necessary." So when he sat on my box, I was like, "No, I'm moving you. You're taking a piss." I literally just, he was sat down. Like, it was a reflex. I just literally grabbed him, like, put my hand around his neck.
A full Nelson, bro.
I swung him, and everybody was like, it was so bad. It was not. It was really bad. It was bad because I just thought the way I'm embarrassed. Yeah, I don't even know what's going. I don't know how you're feeling because everyone was just like, rah. And then they were like, you swung him. His legs were flying. Da, da, da. I was like, guys, stop it. Like, stop making it worse than it is. I felt like it was, like literally, so it was so bad.
His legs were flying. It's actually so rude.
No.
I don't want to hear about my legs flying.
No, it's because my friend was like, you emasculated him. I was like, no. And he was like, you did. And I was like,
Yeah, no, that was the general feeling.
No,
behind
it
the
was.
incident that you-
Like, literally, was like, you
emasculated him, yeah.
literally emasculated
What did he
him.
do after all this?
He disappeared.
What,
Nah,
didn't see him
don't
anymore?
do him like that.
No, I tried to find him. He was gone.
Oh, you know, that was the end. So yeah, no, but he might have just left.
Yeah, he might have. But like,
Yeah.
I literally tried to look for him to apologise, but he weren't there. So.
I mean, you can DM him.
he probably won't read it. I sent him a video though.
Yeah,
On
what?
someone else's phone.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
I can find him if you send me the video.
No.
Wow. So it's not allowed to go out.
What, the video of
Of
the
you emasculating him.
listen, when Michael put it up, I said, Michael, please.
So he did put it
Is
up.
that already?
He did.
Alright,
No,
send
but
it
on
to
it.
me. Send it to me. Send it to me. It's
No,
not,
it's really bad.
It's been up.
Let me
Send
show
it
you
to
the
me.
fit. No,
Let me
let me show you. There's a picture, yeah, but in the background, if you see the picture, and if you see everyone's response, like reaction in the picture,
Yeah.
I was just like, oh dear.
To be fair, he does strike me as someone who can take a joke though, because he's a very funny guy.
Yeah, no, he was
Yeah,
mess-
he
he was
is.
messing around all day long.
No, he was
It
cheating.
was
though.
cheating. It was trying to tie my shoelaces together.
Yeah,
all
he was
types.
literally cheating. So it was like, it was a bit of banter.
Did he
I didn't
laugh
even realize
after
he
did
even
that?
got up from the seat. I thought this even looks more
What,
more brutal
worse
than
than you
than,
think?
than I remember being. I thought you just grabbed him quickly, but you're actually off the seat, pulling him, and he's looking like he's dying, bro.
Oh, let me see.
Pass it that stuff.
Because this ain't it.
No, it's people's people's reaction in the background that's making. That's
Oh, but do you remember when
Gina.
Michael's team?
She
Are
said
you all
that.
right?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
You look like-
context.
Something possessed you.
Yeah, give him time. I'm gonna get to you. We're gonna get to you.
No, I said to put it up.
No,
I know.
Can you see it?
Oh.
No, Brent.
Hold on.
Do you know what it is, Esther? I'm gonna be honest.
Something came over you.
No, it's not. Do you know what I just realised, yeah? I don't care who anyone is. Like,
Clearly.
as in, like, I'm not scared of anybody, anything.
No, you're
like,
actually not.
I'm not. And I realised that in that moment because, guys, it was a reflex. It took less than a millisecond for that to happen. I didn't process anything in my mind.
just went,
My
go.
response was, you're getting off this chair by any means necessary. Are you,
To be fair though,
are you dumb?
in a time of emergency, of like war and
Listen,
chaos,
in
I
an-
want you on my team.
In an apocalypse, I've got you.
I'm driving to your house.
No.
Be like, do you know what we're doing?
In an apocalypse, I've got everybody because I realised,
'Cause
wow,
damn,
Gina,
sis.
you.
You was ready to go.
No, it was bad though. And then afterwards, every time like I walk past any guy, they were like, "I'm scared of you."
They go grab their gun, hold their necks.
They were like, "No, I'm scared of you, Gina." They're like, "You don't do that. You don't do that." And I was like, "I know." I was like, "Oh, it was a joke. It was a joke." They're like, "No, it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny."
But you were laughing. That's what's killing me.
I mean, yeah, he didn't die.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God for that. And
Well,
okay.
just for context, we done
Egg and spoon.
egg and spoon race, sack
Potato
race,
sack race.
three-legged race, relay, penalty shootout, and,
then musical
musical
chairs.
chairs.
Egg and spoon was sick because you're blindfolded.
Yeah, you blindfolded. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That one was mad. Oh, I felt. When I came back, the other girls were like, "Gina, that was poor."
That was
wow.
you?
I was like, but I came back before
Oh.
the team though.
Tug of war.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I saw that.
Tug of war. How did
That was
Michael?
interesting.
You know that narrative that it's not even a narrative, but basically he recruited two
Hench
bouncers
That
Yeah.
literally
To his
showed me.
team.
That
Yeah.
showed me.
and they lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
I
he
saw that
recruit-
video.
Like diesel guys.
I
Yeah.
can't imagine. I can't remember whose story it was.
Yeah.
I said, okay, they've got these two guys. Like they're very
yeah,
hench guys.
Yeah.
And then I saw them on the floor. I said, well, this is embarrassing.
Yeah. They lost to Tom Mucci's team.
Yikes.
Yeah.
How many teams were there?
Four.
Okay. And you guys won. That's good. And who do you compete against?
So
Everyone.
Michael's team was Michael, Oyenda, Eva. I think Zizi was on his team.
I don't know. She was there. She didn't compete, did she?
Agent, Harvey, his fall in that relay was
Oh.
so
He had a bad day.
hilarious. No, Harvey had a really bad day.
Bad day, he had a bad
like
day.
everything was
It was
bad.
a bad day still.
Everything was like, even the tug of war, he was
Yeah,
at the
'cause he was
front,
at the front. Yeah.
getting dragged. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I like you've been here before.
Yeah. Leg day, man. Niggas skipping leg day.
No,
There was no foundation.
it was so bad.
How you? They had about 4 diesel guys on their team.
Literally, that
Yeah.
one shocked me.
That's crazy.
And then you had blue team. Who's the blue team again?
Munya, Fred.
Munya, yeah. Fred's a cheater. Fred is such a cheater. Like, as in, wow. The way he was cheating because VP was on our team and he was just doing things to sabotage. So, like, with the egg and spoon, VP's walking back here. And VP was really good at that.
Yeah,
He tried to,
okay.
like, slam the egg out of his spoon.
Really?
Like, when he was about to,
Blindfolded?
when he was about to cross the finish line. No, because Fred was watching. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. What else was a highlight?
That's the whole thing, man. It really reminded me that I miss playing sports.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, it was fun, man.
It was fun, and it made me realize I'm too competitive and my poor children. Because I realized when I was recording everyone and I was shouting from the
shouting.
sideline,
Yeah.
it was like when they were doing
Your
tug of war.
Oh.
shouting and your ad libs was something else.
Oh.
I'll be honest, I had to watch my story in mute.
No.
Because I said, this is very chaotic.
What? I said, don't embarrass me.
Like, literally, I was
I said,
like, okay.
don't embarrass me. Use your legs. Use your legs.
Because what else am I going to use? Do
I
you know?
know. But yeah.
Okay. I'm glad you guys had a good time then. Sounds lit.
No, it was really, really good. Really,
That's
really
good.
good.
All right, question of the day. What's your favourite thing to do on a splurge?
Spend money.
On.
Mine will always be beauty treatments. That's just my vibe.
Oh, is it?
Like facials. Not so much I get my nails and stuff done. I wish I could drop their body parts there and pick them up later. It's such a long
I
process.
hear it because
You
it's
get what I
long,
mean?
right?
long.
Yeah.
But like massages, facials. Yeah, that's my vibe.
Really?
I like beauty stuff. Pampering.
Mine's. I don't know. Clothes.
For me, lately, it's been fragrances.
I
Lately.
knew it.
Yeah, it's been
Converses.
perfume.
Cologne.
Fragrances.
Oh,
Perfume.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
actually, that
the-
is a splurge of mine, actually.
As of late.
How do you decide what you look to buy? Do you get testers first? Do you do a lot of research, like read people's reviews? Do you watch videos? Or do you just go into the shop and then...
I go into the shop, smell, walk around, compare, contrast. Conversations with other people that I know are into fragrances as well. Yeah, I think that's kind of how I do it.
And do you have a favorite type of scent profile?
I think I'm more into sweet smells at the moment, you know. Yeah, sweet smells. Yeah, you?
And the most same go on.
Yeah.
The most expensive cologne you've purchased is what?
It was a roll jar. It wasn't for me though. It was 600 and
Oh
something.
my goodness.
But I paid $450 for it. Yeah.
That's nuts. The most I've
It was a
spent.
gift. It was a gift.
Most,
For myself, maybe like $250.
most I've spent is, I'd say, I think 300.
Okay. I know Brent's shocked because Brent does the
The replicas.
replica thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I get, because to be fair,
They're exactly the same though.
So the replicas I get
Yeah.
are like 99.8% accurate scent profile, and sometimes it is longevity-wise, it's longer than the original.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, particular house that I buy from is Alexandra Fragrances. Really, 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 really good. But there's no way I'm spending all that money on a fragrance that I love and I can get it cheaper. Impossible. I'm not walking with a bottle anyway. And even if it is, I actually tell people, no, I know what you're spelling.
Yeah.
But it's not that.
it's a dupe.
Yeah.
It's not that.
It's a dupe.
Yeah.
And if it is that you want up one game, here you
Yeah.
go. This is the site.
No, I hear it.
Yeah.
I hear it.
I just want to smell good. I don't want to empty my pockets.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. For me, I just like collecting it. I even like just the fact of having the bottles on my
there.
table lined up, the
Yeah, I like that.
collection, having them branded. I kind of like that part of it as well, innit? But I'm not against replicas myself. So, but as of now, I'm still doing the authentics.
I hear it.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I think maybe bags. I don't know, man.
You used the perfume I gave you.
Have I?
Yeah.
Duh.
Okay. I've never smelled it.
You have.
What?
No, you haven't. Do you know why I use it? Am I not even the one that even brought you in on it? So of
Oh, you
course I
brought me
do.
in on it.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Exactly. So of course I do. I do.
So when did you last wear it? When you were in my presence? Because I've only smelled the...
I'm not wearing anything today, but usually I
question
do.
I asked you.
I know. I wear it in the morning sometimes. It just
What, to go
depends.
to the gym?
It not, you silly man. No, it literally just depends on like how I'm feeling or what I grab. Like I don't even have like a
Serious?
yeah.
So you don't have a statement sent when it is that you're dressing up and going places?
So when I'm dressing up and going up here, my favorite is my LV, but the one that you
Is
don't
that
ombre nomad. That's not what you smell here. I don't wear it because of the price. I don't wear that every day. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I don't wear that every day. So that's if I'm going out, I'll mix that. I layer though. I always layer because I don't want people to know what I'm smelling. If that makes sense.
Why?
Do you know what I find annoying? Yeah, because I feel like, especially now, yeah, it's like everything's on trend. So it's like you're
I
wearing-
don't mind.
So like,
I don't mind sharing the.
no, it's not even me sharing the game. It's just
Yeah.
that I feel like people sometimes people reduce.
Yeah, I got what you
The
mean.
moment
when
is
things
like-
become
Yeah,
a
it's like,
fad, become
oh, you're
popular.
wearing so and so. It's like, all right, calm
because
down.
Even Omri
Nomad, it's
that's
bait.
popular. So what I done
Exactly.
I found another scent called. Have you heard of a brand called Montal?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've got one called Oud Edition, which is about 120, 110. That smells almost the same as
Umber.
Omri Nomad. So I bought that instead.
Okay.
Yeah, it's dope.
But yeah, so I like, generally speaking, I layer.
Yeah.
So
But what I love is when people just walk past me and say, "Oh, what's that you're wearing?"
no, of course,
I love
right?
that. I love that.
Of course.
Especially when it's just like, I remember the other day I was in Starbucks, one white woman walked past me. She goes, "Excuse me,
Excuse
sir,
me,
I just
yeah.
want to know,
What is it?"
what scent are you wearing?"
Yeah.
I told her, she even brought out phone, how do you spell it?
Yeah.
Wrote
No,
it
but I
down.
think
I'm a how do you spell
Do you
it?
know what? Do
Yeah.
you know why I love
write
that
it
though?
down.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I feel like smelling good is like
I love,
such a good
listen,
compliment.
smelling good
It's-
is one of my best things.
it's
My
elite.
It's a beautiful compliment.
Yeah, like it doesn't want to smell nice. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a suffocating smeller. Like as in that
Oh, you're the one who's
Bathe.
half the
I bathe myself. But you know what it is? It's because I want to be able to smell it on myself.
Yeah. I get
I
you,
don't
yeah.
I need to smell it on myself. So that's
Yeah.
what I'll put loads on.
Yeah. What's your favourite scent at the moment, Brent? Or sorry, favourite
time.
brand?
Brand.
Yeah.
Alexandra Fragrances.
Okay. And
Good game time.
I don't think I smelled that.
No, because you wouldn't have. It's a mixture of two popular ones.
that you made up.
No, that Alexandra Ferguson is mixed.
So then why wouldn't I have smelled it?
You may have smelled the separate two ones.
Yeah. Oh, you got it.
An extra big bottle.
Okay. Oh, so this isn't this is a legit one.
When you say legit, what do you mean?
As in, this isn't from your
That's
replica
from
company.
the replica house.
Oh, they give you the fake bottle too.
That's fake bottle.
If it's from your replica house, why is it in the authentic bottle?
No, because that's the bottle. That's the bottles they use.
Yeah.
Oh, they actually. Okay, I thought they brand it with their standard branding. They actually brand it with their name on it.
When you stand in branding, how do
Oh,
you
I
mean?
get what you mean.
You got what I
So you
mean?
think they're gonna put like Gucci's label on it?
No. I'm saying, is this Alexandra? However you say, is this his official logo and label?
That's the perfume house, and they do their own. They do their own blends too.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
Can I smell it?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
what I
wearing
mean.
And
perfume, so I'm about to spray that on you, boy.
it's not a replica like how you would find on these cheap sites.
Baby,
Yeah.
when you close your
Listen.
nose,
Literally.
girl.
Yeah.
The set profile is exact, plus the longevity is longer.
Yeah.
I said I'm not wearing perfume, so I'm about to.
It's amazing.
That's nice actually.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's nice.
It smells masculine though. I mean, you are a man, so.
Yeah.
I love
a bit of me.
masculine scent though.
All right.
I didn't
She didn't even start it. She's just done two.
I said I'm not wearing perfume at the minute.
Oh,
I
you're not
forgot.
wearing perfume? Oh.
No, so I literally smell
That's
like a
a-
man.
That's
I smell like a man. Literally. I don't really
No,
like
I
when I
smell like a man, though.
I like it. I like it.
I don't know, like
Especially when I'm single.
no,
I
I don't
like
know.
this.
I think that's a bit too.
It's nice.
It's too masculine for me.
Yeah, you like to wear like the Arab stuff.
You know what the thing
And that's
is?
full man. So I don't really
No,
talk
it's
Brent has a
not.
thing against
Brent doesn't
any
like-
scent that smells
Brett
like it's
doesn't like
Arab.
ouds. He doesn't like Arab ouds.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't like, you know, when they look like the rich.
Yeah, you
type
know what
of-
I'm talking about. Yeah.
And they always, it
Smell,
smells
yeah.
like just wood.
Do you know what? Yeah, let me bring you in on
Yeah,
the
it would.
oud. You've smelt it on me, and you said it doesn't smell that bad. Yeah, the one that you said is all right. So it's from some random. To be fair, I can't even give. There's no point in me bringing you in because
You don't know the brand.
no, because it's like a random thing in
You really picked up your
Dubai.
phone and everything.
No, literally, it's like a random. There's no point. It's actually dumb.
That smells
But it's
so
like,
banging.
It's like a random like.
But you know why I
Store
don't
in
like it,
Dubai.
right? It's because it hurts my
Oh
nose.
yes, I get you.
Yeah. Okay, fair
It
enough.
hurts my nose.
And my friend went to Dubai and bought it for me. And I was like, no, what is the smell? And then I started using it, and all my family members were like, no, what's the smell? What's the smell? So when my sister went to buy it, everybody we
Really?
all collected.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to.
I
tell
even
me about
bought I even bought a few, like,
it. Really?
and it's not expensive. It's like £50.
That's good.
Exactly, but it smells banging.
And it lasts long.
Yeah.
It's banging. I love that.
When I get home, I'll take a picture.
Yes, please.
But you can only
In
get
the
it
group
there
chat. That's fine.
in Dubai. So if
I'll
you know
say
anyone there,
I've got a list
or
of.
when you next go,
Yeah,
get it. It's nice.
that's lit. Love it. Right. Well, let's get into our headlines.
All right, so our first headline, Joe Biden will be meeting King Charles for the first time since the coronation in a fleeting UK visit that will be used by Rishi Sunak and the US president as a pre-meeting ahead of joint efforts at this week's NATO summit. However, what will be the sixth meeting between Biden and Sunak since Sunak took office in October has been partly overshadowed by the US president's decision to send cluster munitions to Ukraine, weapons that are prohibited by 100 countries, including the UK, which currently holds the presidency of a convention banning them. Sunak, who said in careful comments on Saturday that Britain discouraged the use of cluster munitions, has a choice about how much to make of the difference when Biden visits Downing Street on Monday morning, but it is likely to be limited as the Prime Minister seeks to continue the process of repairing UK-US ties frayed over the course of the Donald Trump, Boris Johnson and Liz Truss premierships. Biden said on Sunday that providing the weapons had been a very difficult decision for him, and without naming the UK, added he had discussed it with the allies. They were being provided because Ukraine was running out of ammunition at a time when its forces were engaged in their offensive and needed to get through Russian trenches. That's what he told CNN. Next headline, have you guys all got like Monzos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guess who hasn't? Jeremy Hunt. He was refused a Monzo account, man. You lot might
What
have
did he
better credit.
What did you do?
I have no idea. Well, basically, last year he got refused. He said basically it was an example of the barriers faced by people wanting to work in public life.
Excuse me? He's saying that.
That's what he said, yeah. So he believed he was denied the account before he became the Chancellor because he was a politically exposed person, a PEP. Speaking to the FT, he said if the price of going into public life is that you find it really hard to set up a bank account, then we need to make sure that we remove the barriers where we can. I think that's why I was declined by Monzo for an account last year. For those who are unaware, Monzo, which has 7.5 million customers, is one of a series of challenger banks that have open accounts that are accessible only via their website or apps, removing the need for costly branch networks. However, Monzo and other rivals do not offer mortgages, meaning they're more reliant on fees and interest on smaller loans, such as overdrafts. Last headline. Have you guys heard about this? Yeah, about the situation with this BBC presenter.
Yeah, isn't it? Is it meant to be?
Are you gonna say allegedly?
You're gonna have to say allegedly.
Actually, say it after.
I said, is it meant to be? As in, isn't that the same as saying allegedly? Like, I'm not confirming it.
Allegedly, but it's just good to just say allegedly. Just
Allegedly.
There you go.
Is it Riley?
no, it's not. I was gonna talk about that
Because
on Word and Road.
I saw something about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that on Word and Road.
Well, let me get into it. For those who are unaware, so basically, police officers are due to meet with the BBC
Oh, Riley.
on Monday today, right, after a prominent male television presenter was suspended by the broadcaster over allegations that he paid a teenager for sexually explicit images. The BBC is struggling to contain the growing scandal over claims that a household name paid 35k over 3 years to a young person who used the money to then fund their crack cocaine habit.
Oh no.
Yeah, the Met Police confirmed it was in discussions with the BBC about the incident, but had not received a formal allegation. They said we will require additional information before determining what further action should follow. But media outlets have not named the presenter. Who knows if they know anyway. But yeah, with sources at the Sun
Definitely.
citing that the UK's increasingly strong privacy laws are the reason for not identifying them. But last year, the Supreme Court ruled that in most cases, individuals under investigation by official organisations should not be named before charges are brought because it could unfairly damage their reputation.
For the black, they'll name him though. I'm not all of that. Anyway, whatever. I can't.
They should definitely kind of do that across the board though, right?
It's a name and shame because some people get named.
Yeah, but then they should stop it for everybody though. Because
we cannot be enabling predators. We can't be doing that.
No, but if they're not,
They named and shamed flipping what's his name, Tim Westwood. They named and shamed Philip Schofield. They named and shamed a lot of people. So name and shame everybody. I don't feel like people's identity should be hidden.
but
make as much noise.
But sometimes it's still allegations though. And
that's the thing,
until it's
though.
done, why are you naming people?
When it comes to TV places, when it comes to workplaces, it's never empty allegations. It's stuff that they've known for about years. When it came out about Tim Westwood, they've been knowing for years. They've been protecting him. When it came out about Philip Schofield, they've been knowing for years to protect him. When it comes to broadcasting media houses, it's not something that like a footballer's girlfriend just said off the whip. It's stuff that HR has known about for years and they've tried their best. Whenever it's going to come out and it's going to become news like this, is because we can no longer keep this in-house. So all of this, you're keeping people's identities, whatever. Didn't they name and shame Noah Clark? Did they keep that?
I was gonna say.
Did they keep that? What's it called? Anonymous for a while.
Yeah.
It's bullshit, man. You need to name and shame predators. That's why people get away with so much sexual foolishness in the workplace and stuff. Name and shame everybody. Drag everybody's pants.
All right. Well, the young person who was allegedly 17 years old when they began talking to this presenter is said to have sent the BBC employee explicit images and performed on video calls. Although the age of consent in England and Wales is 16 years old, the minimum age at which people are allowed to send explicit photographs is 18. So basically, that's the situation with that. And that's it for the headlines.
All right, let's get into what you say in topic of the day.
All right, people. Today's topic of the day is going to be very lighthearted. But I kind of want to see how you guys kind of view this, right? I feel like you two might, especially because you like athletic and stuff, innit? But basically, I wanted to ask, what's you guys' idea of an adventure?
Trek into the unknown.
Okay.
I'm joking. What's an adventure?
And have you been on one?
An adventure. Yeah, I think exploring. I guess the unknown. Just traveling somewhere you haven't been to before.
I see traveling like going on holiday. as an adventure,
Something
especially if
ran-
it's somewhere that I
yeah.
haven't been before, because I get to explore that country or whatever.
Yeah.
Excursions, most definitely, like when I'm away.
Something random, something spontaneous at times as well.
I feel like something
And
that
ma-
you haven't done before.
Yeah, maybe something that challenges you also.
So what? So it's not just going away on holiday. Like you have to go away on holiday and actually do a particular thing.
Yeah,
What are you
yeah,
saying?
yeah. For me, yeah.
Yeah, so it depends where you're going, mate.
Okay.
Because I feel like
if
if
to Nigeria, that's an adventure. In
I was
itself.
gonna say, if you go somewhere that you've not been before, and you're exploring that country, even if it's, do you know what I mean? It still to me will feel like
adventures.
an adventure.
You feel like there has to be some type of activity, like vigorous activity going on. For example, if you went away and you just lounge on the beach on your whole holiday, to me, that's not an adventure.
Fair
For
enough.
me. You know what I mean?
I think just doing something that you wouldn't usually do is an adventure in itself. I don't think it has to be involve some form of activity or something rigorous, anything like that.
Okay. So if you're somebody who's like always like in a city and stuff, and you
Yeah.
just went away to like a cottage, that could be potentially
That is an
like
adventure,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Brent, what about you?
I think the last time I felt as though I was on an adventure was when I went with 3 shots to Croatia. It was a change of environment. There was jeopardy involved.
Oh, yeah, that's
problem solving.
The fire thing, isn't it?
Yeah. There was problem solving. There were individuals who had their character exposed.
Oh, wait. Was that a bottom tundra? was it? That wasn't it.
I hear it. I remember that trip.
And I felt alive. I felt like I was back, like doing something like purposeful outside of my normal routine, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was just fun.
Well, was this spoken about on 3 shots already?
On Meters After 7, and it was spoken on 3 shots, but it was the PR version.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but change of environment, something that I've never done before or haven't done in a long while. It gets my blood racing, and yeah, I guess people also there. I could probably have an adventure by myself, but did I really have an adventure?
But why do you see it that way? Could
I think I like the fact that there are other human beings around. I want to enjoy it with others as opposed to just myself.
and you don't mind if you're just meeting them there? Like, so
Yeah,
these are
they
people
could
you
be
don't know.
strangers.
Okay, cool.
They could be
cool.
strangers. Yeah.
Okay, cool. You guys, how much stock do you put on meeting strangers?
Oh, I love it. It's my favorite thing.
Not much at all.
No, man.
my favourite
I'm not gonna
thing.
lie, I don't trust humans.
All right, so we've got contrasting things. Yeah. Go. Tell me why you love it.
Because you know what? I'm very fascinated by human beings. I'm fascinated by the way people think. I'm fascinated by the fact that people's lives are like so different to mine.
Yeah.
So when I meet strangers, like I always just speak to. I mean, I feel like I have this energy where people just tell me stuff. Like sometimes I meet people and tell me like the deepest. I'm like, you don't know me. Like you don't know where this information is gonna go. So I just like hearing people's stories, and I'm really just fascinated by the fact that every person has like their own life and like so much stuff going on in there,
Yeah.
and it's so different to mine, but we're all just along the world. So I love meeting strangers. It's like actually one of my favorite things to do, and just having conversations with strangers.
Do you? This may sound like a silly question, but do you rank strangers in terms of like? Do you feel like if you were to travel, you may find a more exciting stranger than a stranger here?
No,
Okay.
because it's literally anywhere. Like anywhere.
Okay. I'm going to come back to you. I want you to think about like one of the most fascinating conversations you had with a stranger.
Okay.
All right. So you guys who don't care about strangers, why do you kind of?
I'm just not bothered. I don't care to hear your story. Not like that, but do you know what it is? One, I'm not fascinated by human beings.
Oh, okay.
In the sense where, it's not like I don't like humans, but do you know what I mean? I'm very like, I guess it's based on bad experience. Do you get what I mean?
Okay.
So I'm not a people person in that sense. Like I've always been told from before, it's like my natural state is not approachable. Do you understand what I mean? I'm not a person that you'd randomly come up to and talk to, and I don't have an inviting aura. I know that. But I've got better because I've got a brand, so I've had to learn how to be a lot more approachable, how to be nicer, and how to. Do you know what I mean? But if I could be who I really wanted to be, I wouldn't talk to anyone. Do you know what I mean? I just prefer to keep myself to myself. But that's just me personally. But I have had really interesting conversations with people and stuff, but I'm never the one to initiate it. I'm not gonna go up to a random stranger and be like, hi. Do you know what I mean? Like even at like no matter how many years I've been in my industry, I still find it so hard to network and I find it awkward. I went to an event not too long ago and I had to message Georgette and I was like, Georgette, I don't know what to do here. I don't know anyone here. And she was like, BFFRG, you know, like, you're not new to this. And I was like, I know, but like, usually when I go to these events, there's at least one person that I know. I said, I didn't know anybody
The
there.
other day at the gym shop thing, you know what is about industry events I don't like? It's so what do you do? So what do you do? What do you do?
All right.
Fuck up my face.
What do you do?
What do you do? Like, I hate them questions, bro.
Yeah, and like, yes, I just think, that day, yeah, I literally, and usually when there's like events, yeah, like there's mainly a lot of I'm always usually like the token black person, but there was even black girls there. I didn't know no one. I said, nah, how do I not know one person in this room? It rattled me. But towards the end, like after the workout and stuff, it was fine. But like the first initial, I was pulling up my hair and I thought, nah, I don't want to be. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not comfortable, like just. I don't know. Like I can. If someone leads, I can flow. Do you know what I mean? Like if you start a conversation with me, I won't give you one word answers and stuff. Like I will flow. We'll have a conversation and it'll be fine. But just know I'm never the person initiating a conversation with a stranger.
Yeah, I think I'm quite like you, to be fair. I'll definitely engage in conversation. I actually like talking to people, but I'm not going to initiate it. I'm not going to walk up to a person and just start. I'm not forthcoming with information. I'm not just going to start telling you about my life and what I'm doing and no. But if you start a conversation with me, then I'll engage, but I'm not going to initiate conversation. It's not that I don't care about meeting new people. I do, but I'm not going to be the initiator for the most part. And meeting strangers isn't something that I intentionally think about.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't go to an event thinking, I want to meet new people. If it's networking for a particular reason, then cool, that'll be the back of my mind. But I'm not even great at networking, to be fair. But meeting new people, and it's not really my forte.
And do you know what I realised as well, especially with networking and industry events and like events, like I'm very much, not like I downplay myself here, but I don't talk much about like, so if you ask me what you do, I'll be like, I'm a PT. Like it's always very brief and whatnot, right? Then when it becomes that let's exchange socials, it's like I hate that moment because 9 times out of 10 they're always like,
oh, you're famous.
Right.
You're famous.
He's like, right, you're and I'm
you
like,
said you're a PT?
but that's always what happens, right? Because and they're like, Ross, why didn't you say? And I'm like, what was I meant to say? Like, I don't sell myself, do you know what I mean? And I feel like when it's networking spaces, you're meant to sell yourself. I hate it because I feel like it's very like cringe, like, oh, look at me. You know what I mean? I hate all that stuff. So it makes me shy. So
Have you had conversations with certain people who kind of introduce themselves and they have the exact opposite problem that you have, where it's like they just tell you every single thing? How does that kind of
energy, ego man? I'm like,
Job's worth.
yeah, like you go, boy. I hear it.
So you don't see it as that's just them doing what they're meant to do.
The thing is, I don't
Knock it.
I don't knock it because I'm not gonna lie. I wish I had that level of confidence. I wish I could sell myself because ultimately a lot of life's moments are about who you. Do you know what I mean? Like it could really get you far. If I know that if I was better at networking, I probably would be a lot further or have better opportunities because it's about making those connections and getting to know people and stuff like that. Do you get what I mean? So I don't knock it. I'm even envious. Like, wow, I wish I had the confidence to come and sell myself in a room. But 9 times out of 10, I won't do the talking. I'll just be like, you're right. It's so funny when I go out with Crystal as well, because Crystal's also, this is my friend Gina, and I'm just like, and like, I know you. I'm like, yeah. I just, please, I don't want problem. It's all right.
All right. Ben, what about you?
What was the question?
Strangers.
Do I like strangers?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I do.
Do you somewhat, like I was pretty much asking Nessa, do you kind of rank them? Do you feel like, if I go to this particular place, I'm bound to meet somebody who's going to be, you know what I'm saying? Or does that not come into your mind at all?
Yeah, I think in any given room or setting, I'm bound to basically find somebody that's weird and wonderful. I think so, yeah.
Wait, can I quickly add something? I think Brent loves meeting strangers
I was gonna say that though.
because throughout the years of recording here, I know if I bring someone new here, Brent
Yeah.
is going to be inquisitive. He
Yeah.
wants to know who you are. Very talkative. And that's the pattern with Brent. Brent loves meeting new people.
Yeah,
That's my opinion.
100%.
Yeah.
I can't small talk for crap. I hate
small talk. I hate small talk with a passion.
Despise it.
Honestly, just
So
cut to the chase. Cut to the chase.
But then, if you say cut to the chase, is it almost like that means I have to talk to you and have like some sort of personal agenda? You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Like, because, like, if you're saying cut to the chase, it kind of seems like it's like, okay, cool. The small talk of me just talking, us just talking, get rid of that. Why am I talking to you? You know what I'm saying? Get to why you want to talk to me.
Yeah. Even though I hate the, what do you do?
Yeah.
At least you're cutting to the chase and I can just assess who you are and what you want from me and what type of person you are immediately, as opposed to us doing this little back and forth before you get to the point.
Okay, I get you.
You know what I mean?
All right. So what, Brent, in your mind, when you're talking to these strangers, yeah, like you said, you don't like small talk either, right?
No, because I can't do it.
Okay, so what are you doing when you're
I
trying
don't
to
respect it for me. But like Cahill, brother, he can small talk for days, right? And he does it like it's like he's enjoying it.
Yeah,
I don't know how that works. Now, I can waffle. I can have a conversation for hours if it's interesting, right? So the quicker I can basically get to that level of conversation with somebody where we've dropped all the pretense, that's for me, I can talk forever.
Okay.
But all of the plastic stuff, I can't do it. And I get irritated because you come to me and some of them would just come and they would say something and then expect me to. I didn't come to you. Do you understand? And then when I just stand there not saying anything, now I'm feeling weird. Do you understand? I don't like that at all. If it is you approach me and you want to talk, as quickly as possible, let's get into something I want to be involved in. 2. Do you understand? And I don't mind just standing there listening if you're willing to basically just talk my ear off and I'll chip in now and again. But don't expect me to now lead this small talk thing. I can't do that crap. I'll ask you something stupid. I'll really ask you something weird just so that I can kind of, knock you off your balance a bit so we can actually start having an interesting conversation.
But just back to the small talk thing, right? Small talk with strangers is expected because you don't know them, innit? That's cool. I think what I'm actually trying to speak to is small talking people that I know.
Okay.
That's more so why I hate.
Let me ask you a question.
With
What
strangers,
is-
it's part and parcel, innit?
What's small talk?
With people that I know.
Yeah.
It's the how are you, and it's the very much the
Yeah, you're not getting
formalities.
anything out of me other than
pleasantries, basically.
But do you know what? Do you know why I don't mind small talk though? Yeah, because I feel like for me it's polite, right? I see it as a form of like politeness
What,
and
you
like
talking about- you talking about
etiquette.
strangers or people that you know?
Even people that I know, like
But do you know when you can read through the small talk and at the end of the small talk comes the question? It's like that's what I don't like. You know what I'm trying to say?
I don't know. It's weird because you know what? Let me be like. Oh, I get you. I think it depends on the relationship. So, for
Yeah, it
example,
does, it
like
does, it
with
does.
you,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna how are you? It'll
Yeah,
be like,
me,
yo,
you don't do small talk.
it'll be like, yo,
you just
X,
get-
Y, and
you just
Z.
get straight to it.
Yeah. But if it's someone that I'm cool with and I've got a relationship with,
Yeah.
but I haven't spoken to them in
In
a
a
minute,
while. Yeah, you do.
then I'm gonna do the pleasantries because I don't want it to be rude. Like I'm just coming to
Just ask
to
for something.
ask you for something, kind of thing. Does that make sense?
No, it
So,
makes sense.
That's why I feel like small talk to me is a form of politeness to a degree. Like, if I ain't spoken to you for time and you just hollered at me to ask for a want, I'd be like,
I think it depends what the one is.
these times you ain't even like, how do you even know if I'm
Because
good? Like,
I think-
do you know what I mean?
I think some wants require small talk. So if you're asking for money, but I think some
Not
wants,
even if it's, I think even if it's a
wants-
favor.
some wants for me don't require small talk, depending on what it is you're asking me for, especially and depending on who you are as well. You're asking for money, then yeah, you got to butt me up a little bit. You can't just come in raw. But if it's just something light and depending on who you are, you don't need to small talk with me. Just ask me.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
When my sister small talks to me or give compliments, I know I always just say to just get to the
What do you
point.
want?
Literally.
Yeah.
Because she'll be like, how's your day? Bitch, you don't care. You do not care how
Even
my...
with you, I
do
know,
not
when
care.
you want something from me because you say use. If you say use, that means
I'm
okay,
going straight to
there's
you,
a
but
question
I'm
coming
going, but I'm
after.
going straight to the
Yeah.
point.
You
Yeah.
like to call people's names. Yeah, you just say a name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like small talk. Like I really hate small talk. Like it really, I hate small talk. I hate networking events. I just don't like conversations that are not going somewhere. I'd rather you, even if you haven't spoken to me in ages, I'd rather hi Star, hope you're well, get to it.
Okay,
Like
fair
we don't need to do a hi Star.
Yeah.
And I say hello
There you go.
They say how are you? I'm great,
fine.
thanks. How are you? How's your? Shut up. What do you want?
Hope you're well
hate
with no
it.
question mark.
This is it.
You know what I'm
No, I like a closed hope you're well.
Yeah.
Hope you're well with a full stop.
As in, I'm just asking to be
I'm just-
polite. I don't actually care
I'm
or want to
covering
know.
the basis, and I don't take offense to it. Like I don't. If you need something from me, you just call me to ask me. I don't take offense to that. I don't mind. Do you get what I mean? But small talk is the worst. Like, gosh, I hate it so much.
Even from strangers.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Okay, let me give you an example.
From strangers, I think sometimes it's required.
It's
though.
not sometimes. It always has to be. I'm sorry. Public service announcement. Do not enter my DMs asking me a question without
Are you talking about
being
DMs?
polite.
Oh, yeah.
Do I like small talk with strangers? You mean for a favor?
No, like even if it's like, because you know what I realized with people on social media, yeah. No, Esther. Some people are so rude and entitled, yeah.
Over familiar.
Sometimes I literally stare at my screen and be like, you didn't message me.
Do you know what mine is about? Do you know what that is for me? Is when you don't say your please and thank yous. I hate it.
Like
Even if you're someone that's close to me, like if I go somewhere, say I go, this is the one that pisses me off so much. Say I go to a restaurant, I post my story. Someone's like, "Where's this?" Excuse me? I'm not replying to it. I'm not replying to it. I don't care who you are. I might be seeing you at work tomorrow. I'm not replying to it. Where is this, please? Or do you get what I mean? Like, I hate that, but I just hate no manners. So my thing is more about manners. So
okay,
even
that's
if you're
what I
a
mean about that's what I
stranger-
mean about small talk. It's the manners because
if
it's
you're
like
a stranger, don't message me after the first hello. I say hello back. You say how are you? I'll be honest with you. This is not happening. So if you really wanted my attention, you should have just put it in a paragraph.
Do you know what the
in a
worst thing
short
is?
paragraph.
Hi. See when I get
I'm not
DMs
replying
that
that.
say hi,
I'm not replying
I
that.
don't respond. Do you know
You know,
why?
man, that's a-
Because it can go either way, yeah. Because either you're moving to me, and I'm talking about like, do you know what I mean? You know, it's either you're gonna move to me or because it's true. It's like, hi, hello, how are you?
But I
I'm
don't have
fine.
that. I'm sorry. I don't know you to be doing back and forth with you.
No, you're right. But the thing is, you know what? It's not even the small talk. It's the
the manners.
politeness.
It's the
Because
manners.
I've had people DM me, and it's like the level of entitlement. I just stare at my screen and think, "Are you mad?" And there was one girl who she asked me a question, but there was no manners, and she was rude about it, so I didn't respond. Then she came back and was like, "Hello?" Question mark?
No,
Question
I'm
mark?
blocking you. I'm blocking
I said, "Are you mad?"
I'm blocking you.
And then I was like, "Are you all right?" I said, "Hello, how are you?" Would be like before you. Do you know what I mean? And she was like, "Well, I don't know about you influencers. She tried to give me cheek.
You know what
I
it
left
is,
her to
yeah?
it. Then do not make me laugh. She came back on another account and asked me, saying, "Hey babe, hope you're well.
Nice.
Just wanted to ask you a quick question." Da, 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 da. I looked at the message. I said, "You think I'm dumb? Like you haven't got 2 accounts?" I said, "You better go." And I said, "You
Get
better
out
go
here.
and ask Jeeves. Not even Google.
Jeeves,
Ask
man.
Jeeves, bruv, because it's not me you're coming to ask. It's not me."
Yeah, because I block for less anyway. I block for spelling mistakes. So if you come in here with no manners, that's not even a thing to me.
But you know when you mentioned
great
the
day.
thing about like small talk with strangers,
Yeah.
and then just getting to the point. Like how do you kind of get to the point if you don't have the small talk? Does that make sense?
You know what? With strange, because I enjoy speaking to strangers, it doesn't come across as small talk. Like small talk people I know, or people that I don't know. There's a different level of small talk. I have more grace for small talk with strangers because usually with strangers, it's like, oh, how are you? Like it's not even like a how are you. It tends to be on something else, like an observation we've made, and we're bonding over this observation. So that's not small talk for me. Do you get what I mean? And then from that, we might then get personal. Do you get me? And start making jokes and whatever, have a deeper conversation. But small talk for me is like, hi, hello, how are you? I'm good, thanks. How are you? How's your day? Like, I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
I don't care either. But I
How's
don't
your
like
day
small
been
talk from
is number one.
anybody. Like, not even my family. Like, say someone in my family is trying to, let's get to it. Like, I don't have that. I'm not created for that patience that comes with small talk. I can't just stand there, empty conversation, and after the 4th, how are we doing? We just walk off. So what was that about then? Like, I'd rather, if I go to an event, for example, I'd rather just stand there on my own in silence than have 10 small talks. I can't do it.
Do you know what question I don't like though? Oh, so how's it all going?
Oh gosh. How's what's going? Because I know you don't know what you're asking.
Oh, how's it all going? Like I
What
get that a
all?
lot. Like,
What
oh,
all do you know about me that you're
like
asking
how's it all going? Or how's how's work? How's
Fine, thank you.
how's the brand?
Yeah,
How's the my responses were like, yeah, it's good, no complaints, man. That's what it
Yeah.
goes.
And then you have to do a
Yeah.
How about you?
How about you?
I don't even know what you do.
Or it's like, oh, what you been up to? Oh, just grinding, keeping my
that, what
head
you been up
down.
to.
It's my
Yeah.
same,
I
grinding,
hate
keeping my
that.
head down, enjoying life.
Same shit, different day, man.
Literally,
My
like,
boy.
I hate the
Where
what
was-
you've been up to. Because
Yeah.
what
be
else
like
are we
you,
up
big
to?
man.
Can't be like you, bro.
Spare me.
I proper hate small talk, man. It's hell.
So what's one of the best, like, or most fascinating conversations you've had with a stranger? Everyone try and think about this as well. Yeah.
Mine's with Keke
Pilgrim.
Pilgrim.
He came here the other day, Brent told me.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's Brent's cousin, by the way.
Big up TK.
Who believes in UFOs?
Aliens and shit.
Yeah.
I believe in it too, to be fair, but he believes in another level. Like, he's actually claimed he's gone.
Oh, he's been there.
Yeah, he's claimed he's been
Yeah, that's
abducted.
lit.
No, he hasn't. But
He did claim that.
no.
No, he did say that.
He said the
You know who I do like having conversations with though?
That's all right.
Kids. I love having conversation with kids. Yeah, like 6, 5. You know when
Do you
you're
know what I
5
like?
plus.
I love my catch ups with my niece. My niece can tell me some
Yeah,
stuff.
they're
Yeah,
too.
I
oh my
love
God.
it.
She's
They're-
like that talking age.
they're-
but
Like
man,
when I pick her up from school, this girl's she just got stuff to say. And I always say to her, I'm like, how's life? She's like, oh, it's okay. And then she just gets into it. And I just love it. Kids are
Yeah,
so
I love
lit, man.
Me and kids. I can have
I
a
love
conversation
speaking
with
to
you and pick your brain and I just think, right, you're so innocent. Like
You're
you
so
proper
innocent.
don't understand, like
And I love that for them.
stress. Like you're so carefree.
Like they're just confused. Like they're just like, I want to go here, but I also want to go here. Like that's their big dilemma. Like I miss being a kid, and my biggest dilemma was what cereal do I want this morning? Do I want Frosties? Do I want Cocoa Pops? What do I want this morning? Yeah. I love speaking to kids so much. Their view on life is just so like, it's just so simple and easy.
Yeah, kids are
I
my
love
bag.
it. I love speaking to kids.
So do I.
And
So I think my most interesting conversation has probably been with a child.
it's being my niece. My niece tells me some good stories.
I think so.
is it interesting for you or just is it cute and adorable? Is it really interesting?
It's both though, but do you know what? It's
It's
interesting
interesting
because I
because that's
just
how they
think,
think.
bro, like this is literally what
I hear what
life
you're
is
saying,
like to you. Like
Yeah.
it's the
Yeah.
contrast.
These are
It's
the
like,
most important things to you at this
you know
point.
what I
But is it
mean?
the most? Obviously, you can't think back to every convo you had in your entire life, but I'm saying
I'm trying to think.
convos
what
with kids are the ones that really stick out for you.
I don't know.
had one.
I'm trying to think of a conversation I've had with someone that's like blown my mind.
It's not,
I
obviously,
had one with a homeless man one time on my birthday. Actually, it was a very interesting conversation. I feel like it was like it's one of the conversations that I feel like it's gonna stick with me for the rest of my life. So it was my birthday. I was on my way to a beauty treatment, and he was talking to someone. I was like, "Let me go get money out, and I'll come back and meet him." And then we're talking, and then he was just like, "Oh, you're a Christian? Like, can you pray for me?" I was like, "Yeah, I am a Christian. Yeah, we can." And then I'm gonna cut the short because I might get emotional. And then he was like, "It's my brother's birthday today," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's my birthday today." And then he had like some other like life experiences while he was homeless, and it was similar to things that I'd recently been through. And it really just felt so like it was just amazing. It's one of the best conversations I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
It was very God led. Like it was yeah, I loved it. I always think about him. I haven't seen him since. I did, but I hope he's alright.
This is a bit of a tangent here, but it's related here. Do you feel like there's any validity to like star signs? And people if you're born on the same day and all that type of stuff?
I personally believe in stuff like that. Because
don't?
why is every cancer the same in the world? And then now they start introducing, you're Cancer, but you're Leo rising. All right, honey. I personally don't believe in stuff like that, but people that believe in it,
they really believe.
they really believe. Like all the way to like when they pick their partners, stuff like that. Like they really.
I don't believe in stuff, man.
And then when someone does something, they'll be like, "Oh, so Cancer." Okay.
The reason
Why
why,
didn't you run away before?
reason I'm asking, I'm not going to do the story justice, yeah, but my cousin, yeah, she was working, she met somebody, and basically they were both talking about like teas and stuff, right? So randomly just met this person, right?
Yeah.
Talking about like herbal teas and all that.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like, just going into a random conversation. Obviously my cousin's black, right? This person's like white or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Then conversation kind of goes from there. And then I think she mentioned something about, it's her birthday soon or something. And my cousin's like, same hair. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
When's your birthday? Same birthday.
Oh.
So looking for the same teas, like the same flavor or whatever it is, same birthday. Then I think as she's talking, just like how you did, Esther, you just lifted up your thingy.
Yeah.
She's like, wait a minute, like, where did you get that thingy from? And then she's like, this particular place. She's like, give me 1 second. Goes to the back now, has the exact same flask. So, same birthday, like the same thingy,
Yeah.
same thingy, same flask, right? So this is what I'm asking. So obviously, completely different race, right? Completely different background, upbringing. Is this just purely coincidence, or is there something to this?
No, I believe that there's some connections and like meetings that you have with people that are divine led. Like I don't believe the world is so vast, and obviously me being a Christian, life is just too amazing in itself, in what it is, for things to just be by chance. Like I don't believe in luck, personally. So I feel like something like that, like some people you're just meant to meet for a reason. And I've heard people have very, very interesting encounters that it's, yeah.
Okay. Brent, any fascinating conversations that you remember to this day?
Yeah.
With a stranger?
The last two have been in Ubers and they've been Uber drivers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, but I had an interesting one with one actually. Sorry, I just cut you off. Sorry, Brent, go on.
I'm used to it.
That's the second or third time today.
Sorry.
Don't act like you know me. I'm joking.
Go on.
No, it's fine. Continue.
No, sorry. Go on.
No, it's fine. Go on.
Somebody took.
Go on, Queen.
You're annoying. I'm not gonna tell my story. It's fine.
All right. Yeah. The latest one was a Ghanaian guy. I think I told you, Emmanuel, about this. And I think
It's a sad story, man.
I'm not sure how sad it is, to be honest. I think there's comfort in talking to strangers because you've not seen them again, and so you can be as honest and open and transparent as possible, and perhaps you may be able to get some advice from them that you wouldn't get from your family members because you haven't told them because you're afraid of this, that, and the next. But this one was terrible, man. Yeah, for him, obviously. I was just sat there with my phone in my hand thinking I was going to type an email, but no, I can't. Because I can't leave this guy, because he obviously wants me to give him some advice, innit? But anyway, he's Ghanaian, he's short, and...
How do you know from him driving, though?
Well, you can tell, right?
All right, go
You
on.
can tell. But anyway, so his wife had a second child, and she asked him if he could pay for her to go and get, I don't know if it was a tummy tuck or something or the other, but to get her snatched, right? And he did. And when she came back, she started using her new body to start going out with other men and entertaining other men. And how does he know? He's been following her. She lies when it is he confronts her. He blames her friend. I'm not sure. And they have, well, he wants to move out, but he can't yet because he doesn't have enough for mortgage. And he can't tell any of his family members because he feels embarrassed. So he's stuck. Yeah. The next guy was white.
That is sad.
Yeah, it's sad. Yeah. But he seems to think that, like, a lot of women are like that these days. Just waiting for an opportunity to crush short Ghanaian men. Yeah, terrible. The next guy was a white guy, and he used to do all sorts of drugs. Now he is on the other side of it. And he's a conspiracy nut. And what was the wildest thing he said? It's something about his daughter. Can't remember. But for that entire conversation, I was just like nodding. I think one thing he said was, "Oh, I'm not racist. Everybody thinks I'm racist, but some black people, like, they just behave in a certain way." So I'm there. Like, obviously now I'm interested, even more interested, because I'm sitting in the back, and obviously my consciousness is the way it's set. I want to see where this is going. But the amount of, like, skip and jump he was doing just to not appear racist, but still he wanted to basically let me know that he vocalizes things. He doesn't keep it in. Then he moved on to the LGBTQ stuff and the trans stuff, and it was a whole mess. But I was on the phone to Danielle, and she asked me to put it on speaker, and she heard the entire conversation. So she was there laughing. I had to turn the thing down. But yeah, that was an interesting conversation too. I'm not sure if it is. I was conversing with a stranger because he was just doing all the talking. But yeah, those are two cool conversations, I guess.
Okay. Gina, I'd love to hear your story.
I bet you would. No, it was just a driver basically telling me how he's having an affair with his wife's mum.
What?
Literally. And was asking for advice.
How old was the mum and how old was he?
I don't know. He was quite old.
So the mum was quite old.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
But he was like, yeah, I'm in love with my wife's mum. And it was so dramatic. Like, I just thought, do you know what it is with Uber drivers? I'm going to be honest, yeah. 9 times out of 10 when I'm in the car, I don't want to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
I just literally want to just get to my destination in silence. Do you know what I mean?
An option where you get to not speak.
Probably. But like, generally speaking, I don't want to talk. I just want to sit in silence. It's very rare that I want to talk. The only time, I'm going to be honest, I engage is when I'm in Ghana because those conversations will make you
Oh yeah, the
cry.
conversations are funny still.
They're so funny. You know what it is? I feel like Africans are just funny without even realizing that they're being funny. So I don't mind a conversation, but 9 times out of 10 over here, I don't want to do it. So that day, I think I was tired, but the way it started, he was just like, "Oh, can I ask you for advice?" I was like, "Okay, go on." Then he was just like, "Yeah, I'm in a bit of a situation. Basically, long story short, I've been having an affair with my wife's mum." I just thought,
Do you think that some Uber, because I feel like some Uber drivers make up stories just to keep their days exciting.
It might be.
maybe.
It could
Because
be.
you don't know me from Adam, and you just know and just
Just
ask me for
volunteering
advice.
this scandalous information to me.
But this is why.
But maybe
Because I would
based
do
on-
that as an Uber driver. Actually, I might just do that in real life.
But remember you said how like,
What's I doing that?
remember how you said how you're never gonna see the person again, innit?
Yeah.
So realistically,
Until I book you back for my next trip.
I know, but like you're not gonna. This isn't something that you're gonna be proud to talk about with your friends or family,
Yeah, that's
right?
true,
So
yeah.
maybe if you want advice and another perspective,
For you to go
let me
to.
just chat to this girl who I've got in the car for 20 minutes and see what her
Her
advice
thoughts are.
has for me.
But what
So
does he
I-
want you to say? Sorry, you know certain things when people ask for advice, like it's clear.
You know what to do 9 times. out
You
of
just
10
want
anyway.
someone to validate whatever.
Yeah.
And so 9 out of 10 of your passengers are not going to validate that. And I guess the one that validates is like, yep, that's it. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
It's clear as day. It's interesting.
Yeah, some people are very self-aware.
Okay.
You are very self-aware.
I know.
So funny. It's so funny. Just to me, though, obviously.
Well,
No, I'm just saying.
my
it's so funny.
self-awareness is funny to you, or the
No,
fact that I'm
no,
self-aware to you.
Obviously, this moment in time is very funny to me, but it's just to me. Because I'm giggling in my head.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you, man, yo?
First thing that comes to mind is, do you know Gary Webb?
Yes. No.
Google him quickly while I'm talking. Basically, you guys have probably heard about him. Yusuf, you've probably heard about him. You know, because I think Snowfall's about Rick Ross, right?
Yeah.
It's Snowfall about Rick Ross.
Not
real Rick Ross.
Not the rapper.
The real one.
Women rapper.
I was
Yeah.
about to say.
Yeah.
Why
This
is he?
guy?
Freeway Ricky Ross.
Yeah.
I don't know this guy.
I've seen him and stuff.
I don't know who he is either.
Seen him?
But when you
No,
mentioned Freeway Ricky Ross, I thought, okay, maybe I know him not by face, but by what he's done.
Is that all right? So basically, this guy, he's responsible for exposing the government's links to basically putting cocaine and crack,
Okay,
all that in America. So he exposed it, right? So I met somebody who basically gave him the lead on that information.
Ah.
Yeah, so it was like
So you talking about a show or is this real life?
Oh, relax. So he's dead now. So,
Oh, is it?
yeah, Guy Webb is dead.
I never haven't seen him there.
Huh?
Never mind.
There's a film called, I think it's called Shoot the Messenger or called Just the Messenger or something like that. You know, what's his name? Omar from The Wire.
Yeah.
He's in it as Rick Ross.
Okay.
Only briefly. But anyway, so basically he's one of those journalists who like uncover all types of conspiracies, this and the third. And obviously he came across this whole, the FBI, you know what I mean? Like being involved in putting drugs into the black community, this, that, and the third, right? And being behind all of this type of stuff, the guns and all the back and forth, yeah? And so basically, one lady that when I was working in Hackney, yeah, I was chatting to one lady. She's like a white South African lady, and which I don't even know how the conversation got there, but I started talking about this stuff, right? And she mentioned Gary Webb, and I was like, oh yeah, I know Gary Webb. Da, 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 da. And she's like, yeah, he was my friend. And then she was like, basically, from then, when she knew that I kind of knew about some conspiracy stuff, she just went off on one. Like, she was just talking to me about all types of conspiracies. Yeah, she literally like wrote certain things down for me to go and research, all types of stuff. So yeah, that conversation there, innit?
What's the most interesting one she told you about? Or the most random one she told you about?
She was telling me about, oh man, I still have the piece of paper actually. Okay, I don't want it to go too left in it, but she spoke about the whole the Nazis and the Jewish type of situation, right?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All right, what's the next question for topic of the day?
Abort.
Like, yeah.
No, it's not.
She said she gave you a list of papers. You have to pick that one.
Basically, it's just a few different things. But it like she's not one of those Holocaust deniers or nothing like that.
Oh, okay.
No, nothing like that. It was something more detailed. Basically, she was speaking about that. But yeah, man, she seemed like proper legit, man. I think she said something about how her husband or fiance or one of them got killed. Yeah, 100%. Like a car bomb. Yeah, she was serious, like in the thingy.
This is why I like talking to people, because you don't know. Like, people will just tell you what happened to like the family members, the husband, and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I find that so interesting. I really look forward. I feel like one of the things that I look forward to in life is the people I'm gonna meet. I'm gonna meet, by the grace of God, I'm gonna meet so many people. I just can't wait to get their tea.
Crazy, man.
You know what's happening.
But you lot should look up the story of Gary Webb though, because basically he committed suicide, shot himself twice in the head. But,
Twice?
Twice, yeah.
They could at least try to
obviously they came and wiped him out in it, but yeah, man. I think it's called Shoot the Messenger. I think so, something like that.
Sick.
But yeah, I guess we can wrap up there, man.
All right, lovely. Let's get into our next headlines.
All right, so I'm not too sure if you guys heard about this, yeah. You know how African weddings, yeah, or even functions or whatever, you get some randoms that you've never seen in your life because you invited this person, you invited another person, yeah. I think white people do that too, you know.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Do they?
I'll tell you why. Because Just Stop Oil, you know them nuisances people, yeah, have claimed it was not behind a confetti throwing incident at the former Chancellor George Osborne's wedding, right? So a climate activist group had tweeted a video clip showing a mystery woman suddenly appearing and throwing orange confetti over Mr. Osborne and his bride at their wedding on Saturday. The couple turned as a woman carrying a Union flag paper bag, sprinkled them with confetti before fleeing as she was approached by security. But James Skeet, who's a spokesperson for Just Stop Oil, told LBC, speaking to LBC on Sunday morning, basically said that the group was not behind the stunt. Just Stop Oil's activism has been associated with the colour orange, as you guys know, in the orange paint here, orange, you know, the snooker
We talk about them all the time. I did not know that.
Huh?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Not a clue.
This is what they do, man.
It's a nice colour though. Leaves a stain.
Exactly. All right, so basically they've been associated with the colour orange, as its environmental protesters frequently toss orange powder, like I was just saying, and paint at its targets, including at sporting events and art galleries, to raise awareness of the climate crisis. So speaking to Paul Brand, the ITV News UK editor, who also presents on the LBC, Mr. Skeet, who is this guy who represents Just Stop Oil, said that the group had not organised the apparent protests at the former Tory Chancellor's wedding. Asked if he thought the group had crossed the line by interrupting an event as personal as a wedding, and Mr. Skeet said the story was somewhat emblematic of the general failures of our media. Next headline, the US and Germany are under intense pressure from other allies to show support for Ukraine's eventual membership of NATO, just days after the military's alliance's leader meet in Lithuania. So Washington and Berlin have backed a form of words for the summit's concluding statement that does not fully endorse a pathway to NATO membership, let alone invite Kiev to join once the war is over, as demanded by Ukraine's staunchest supporters in Eastern Europe. Other members of the alliance were caught off guard by the conservative US and German stance. This is what the officials basically said when they were speaking with the Financial Times. But as we kind of mentioned earlier on Sunday, the US president doused Kiev's hopes of a breakthrough on membership, saying he does not think Ukraine actually ready. And the last headline, the Archbishop of York has said that there's a crisis of safeguarding within the Church of England after its executive disbanded an independent body on abuse. Stephen Cottrell told the COV's ruling body, the General Synod, on Sunday that mistakes have been made and that Jesus will be weeping at the events of recent weeks. He said that we recognise things have gone wrong. This is a watershed moment for us. We can't get this wrong again. Right? They later backed a proposal to set up a £150 million redress fund for survivors of the church-related abuse. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for the headlines. And it's time to pay the bills.
Let's get into some tea, get into Word on Road. All right, the Brat has had a baby. How beautiful. So she put on Instagram, well, her wife put on Instagram, true legend Harris Dupart. You know, they've got Instagram for the kid already. I hate when people do that, you know. Anyway, I can't really give my actual opinions on that. But anyway, the kid was born on the 6th of July. And she said, 6th of July at 8:30 p.m, coming in at wherever the baby weighed. Perfect as ever. We are overwhelmed with love. Very appreciative for such a blessing of our bundle of joy. This journey has been more amazing than we could have ever imagined. So congratulations.
This is the Brat's baby, innit? Like,
Yeah.
She pushed it, innit?
Yeah. She was pregnant, remember?
What
She
was
was
it?
doing like
What-
festivals and like...
She was what?
Remember, it was like she was doing festivals while pregnant and like performing and stuff like that.
Oh, was it? Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's active.
I remember, wait, it's her partner's egg, innit? Not hers. Or something
I
like
think
that,
so. I
wasn't
think it was something like that, and then so she's one
So
who
she
carried it. I
pushed
think
it,
so.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah. But then they've had some chaos over the baby's name. Baby's called True Legend, right?
Nice.
Her ex-assistant posted and said, I think this is on Facebook. It's giving Facebook vibes. She says, I'm so fed up with you and your wicked ways. I've kept quiet for years, no matter how many paid interviews or blogs wanted me to. But you name your child after my children. Now you're going way too far. There are so many names in the world. My 2 sons' names do not have to be it. I advise you to back off. I don't do well with demons trying to attack my children. I'm ready for war at this point. One name I would say, okay, so many people have that name, but to take both of their names, all negativity will be blocked. My page, my piece, my kids. Don't mention others on this post. And then obviously people are thinking, like, it's a name, first of all, blah, 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 whatever, whatever. But basically someone then, allegedly, this is what the tea is, right? The TikTok streets are talking, this is what the tea is. Is allegedly, right? So she was, what's it called? Judy's, the real baby Judy, the Brat's wife's assistant. And allegedly there was something with a kid like drowning at the home. And essentially what the real baby Judy did was then blame the assistant. Essentially the assistant was neglectful in watching the child and taking care of what she needs to take care of, basically. And that's why what happened. But then they're saying that the woman, the ex-assistant, has owns like 1% of the company, of Judy's company. So essentially people are saying that this is not just some hater in the works. For you to give someone 1% of your company, you must know them, they must mean something to you, blah, blah. But obviously the assistant got fired after. I was like, oh, stop working with her, whatever. So they're saying that this does seem, there's just something more to it than just happen to be a name you like. But then the real baby Judy, this is the Brat's wife, ended up posting on her story anyway, a video of the Brat on her show Dish Nation back in 2020, where she was talking about like if she has a daughter, this name she's gonna give the daughter, and it was the same name. And obviously they had a son, but name anyway. But she said, and then she also captioned and said, "No negativity as we celebrate our perfect son, but let's get one thing straight with love. This is my wife on Dish in 2020. We didn't have a daughter, but my wife's pick of our son's name is a perfect fit for him with no one else's child in mind, especially a person we no longer follow or interact with because or know what is going on in their life, essentially." So
Why would name your child after someone else's child? Be it like a shot or something, anyway.
I don't know. I guess because they fell out. So it's like it feels personal. Because she's like, oh, there's so many names in the world. But then I like that name.
I think that's the thing with names, though, isn't it? It's
I like the
like
name.
people sometimes get like, "Oh, you copied my name." Okay, did you?
You don't own it. You didn't create it.
Do you own the name?
Do you know what's mad? You heard it somewhere else, you know.
Are you the Isaac Newton of the name?
And you heard it from somebody else, and now you like it.
So it's like, you know what I mean?
on.
Like, you know when people get in their feelings, I think it's not that deep. Like, you
it's
are not
pathetic.
the Isaac Newton of the name. You didn't make the name.
I think it's silly.
It's true.
So it's like, a name's a name. Not like a name's a name yet, but I get it if you've obviously taken time to like come up with the name and stuff and it means something to you. But I don't think...
I think it would only be weird like if it's like siblings. If I have a name for my child. But then I wouldn't make it, like say that it's your kid's first name.
Yeah.
I wouldn't make it my kid's first name. That's just confusing if I'm barbecues now. But it could be like maybe one of their names or something. It's a name, man. I don't know. It's a name. I think it's...
My cousin had a baby like 2 weeks ago, and he named his son. Oh, thank you. He named his son the name I want to name my son. Right? I'm not gonna say what the name is, but I'm still gonna name him the name.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And so be it.
I was annoyed for a second. Thought this guy took my name, but I'm still gonna name.
I'm
my
still
son.
going to name it exactly because name is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like the
Did you
name.
tell him before this?
No, he didn't know,
Okay.
but my sisters knew. A couple other people knew, but yeah.
Okay, so if the person, say the person knew this way, you know, and then I had it, like, like Monica and Rachel. Do you remember Rachel got pregnant before Monica and them? And then she was like, oh, like, and then they were like, oh, what name would you name your daughter? And they were like, oh, Emma. And she's like, oh, I like that name.
Oh, yeah, I remember
So I
that.
guess if someone knows the name
And then takes it from
and
you,
then takes it
that's a
because they had a
different
kid first,
story. Yeah.
That's cheeky.
No, issues.
That's
issues
cheeky.
There. Issues there.
that is cheeky. And I'm going to make sure my kid is the better. Uses that name better than yours. All right, so there's that. And then someone else who's decided to... Well, she's not really speaking out because she did say this is not her style of doing things, but she kind of somewhat addressed it. It's Keke Palmer. I love it. Her mum is a manager, and I just love when the mums are the managers because they really do the right things. So anyway, she posted a video over the weekend of her with her son, and she was singing Stevie Wonder's Isn't She Lovely? But obviously remixed the lyrics to suit her beautiful baby boy. And then in her caption, when she posted the video, she said, one thing is certain and one thing is true. I'm a mother through and through. So she's got much. She's got...
Love that for her.
I love it. She's got I'm a mother merch and Stevie to the bullshit shirts as well. She said, to all my mums out there, how did your baby change you? Mine empowered me on such another level. My perspective changed because when my baby is good, I'm great. Look at that face. Gratitude galore. I love it. I think it was sick marketing because the video was so cute. She's singing to her baby, singing strong. And then she's got like a collage of like different pictures of the baby just being all cute. I love it. I'm here for it. So that's her way of addressing her ex's foolishness without
Her
so
ex?
much addressing.
Are they not together anymore?
I don't think they're together. I think that's why I did it. I don't think they're together. I struggle to believe that a partner you live with, like as in my partner, would do something like that to me on internet. I struggle to
Do you know
accept
what?
that.
You know,
I should have followed him and stuff like
Kiki
that.
has grown.
But is it
though,
really,
like-
really over? Or this is just theatrics.
No,
I think it's over. I think they're broken up before he did that tweet. And I think he did that tweet as a result of their breakup.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't or maybe they had a little break. Maybe they had an argument. Maybe because you know, and he just ran with that.
You know
Yeah.
what I've obviously we've all seen Kiki's glow up since she's had a
She's
baby,
stunning.
right? You can tell she's a lot more confident.
Yeah.
She's coming to her own. She's embracing her
unlocked a different
her
level.
womanhood. Like we've all seen the transition, and he can't handle it.
He can't. She glowed up and he doesn't know how to handle it.
He
And
can't
thought,
handle
"Let me
the
embarrass
new
her.
version of her
Let me embarrass and humble her publicly.
as opposed to embracing it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though, you can't move mad. I don't even care if we're not together. Don't tweet me.
At all.
You've got my number.
At all.
We have a child together. Do you know what I mean?
all.
Like,
Yeah.
Do you
I
know
think
how
his
mad
problem
that is?
I don't know why, like, he done that thing. I feel like he done that thinking that people would, like,
Back him.
back him.
Yeah, because you know he tried to do a drop mic situation. He tried to be like, first of all, we live in a society where a man can't express his opinion without being insecure. That's that on that. There's nothing on anything. Like for me, you
You
can't
could have pulled,
publicly.
you could have had, like, listen.
You-
I
but you
think
know what's mad,
anything to
though?
do with your relationship, yeah, with a person that you have access to, you have
cannot
access
go
to.
public.
You're insane in the membrane.
Do you
It's
think?
wild.
What do you think was a big issue for him? The see-through attire or dancing with Usher?
I think
I think
everything.
Usher. I don't think it was anything to do with the outfit
You think it was
because
Usher?
put pictures of her twerking, like as in she's just playing about, and he's got his phone out and decided to record it and put it on the internet.
Yeah.
He sees how she dresses all the time.
Yeah.
She's like Gina was saying, she's glowed up, like, but she's been how she is. She does music. Her music videos, she's in outfits like, I think it was just the fact that he felt that
Intimidated.
he felt intimidated by Usher. Rightly so. It's Usher.
You know what made me laugh?
I don't think men should be intimidated by celebrities.
But a lot of men are. That's the sad
To me,
thing.
it don't make any sense.
Because it's not like, what's she gonna do? Go home with Usher?
Yeah.
But you know what I think it is though, yeah? I think it's one of those things where he might not have been intimidated, but we know when everyone puts something in your head.
It's online, isn't it?
It's online, so everyone's going to give an opinion. Right, you're going to let what your baby mum's out here do. Do you know what I mean? You know
But
how
you know what's
everyone...
mad though? That wasn't even a narrative. Do you know what I mean? So it wasn't a narrative for him to respond to that. That wasn't... All it was just that clip was out and people were just retweeting and saying Kiki's such... Like, Kiki's being Kiki. This is what Kiki's like, right? So there was nothing even about like, oh, are you really going to let your girl do that? I don't think it was... It wasn't that. It was just... that's why I feel like they had an argument or... He's just upset, like, I don't think they're together anymore. I don't. I feel like it doesn't make sense. Because had it been a thing where there was a lot of comments saying, like, you're really going to let your girl do this and blah, blah. But everyone knows how Usher's shows go. Like, he's done this with Beyonce, Taraji ended up being the performer.
Do you know what even annoys me? Have you seen
All of that.
Sweeties one?
Yeah,
And
Sweeties one.
And everyone's like, yeah, see, this is how you
Have you seen Winnie Harlow?
Yeah, she jumped
She just sat on her man's lap.
On a cow.
Yeah, I saw that. That was
Carl
funny.
Cousins.
But that's why it's become a meme now.
Yeah.
Because and even that, like, imagine a meme now, a funny trend going on because my man went to act a fool in public. Because everyone's making fun of you. Even Usher was like, am I still trending? Like, because it's such a silly, pathetic thing for you to have done. Like, the mother of your child, you know, and you're really going to come on the internet. There's no way for you to contact her. There was no way for you to have a conversation with her. You had to go on the internet to embarrass her and try and humble her and try and like bring her down, humble her. It's wild. And I think the whole glow up thing as well is very important because obviously she went through the whole thing with Trey Songz and whatever. And she had a period where she's in public about like not being the most confident kind of thing. And really coming into motherhood has really just opened, she's not a new person, but it's really helped her a lot. And I feel like as someone's partner, that you know them intimately, they've been going out for years now. You know them intimately. You know that the things that they've had to overcome. You know their insecurities and whatever. And I think that for me, that's what makes it deeper that he did what he did publicly, because you know the things she's been through. You know how people have tried to have belittled her in the past. You know that she doesn't get the accolades she deserves. That you know all these things, and as someone that should be her safe space, you've then gone and added to that.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where people did agree with his foolish ideas. Do you know what I mean? So she would have been getting cooked. You're going to be at home living with the mother of your child and she's getting cooked. And how would you navigate that? Yeah. It's wild, man, but say no to insecure men. Honestly, it's the worst thing you could ever do to your life. So that happened anyway. And then also what we mentioned in one of our first headlines about the Independent, talking about a BBC presenter doing this and doing that. Basically, yeah, they put up a post, right? And the caption was, a top presenter has been taken off air after paying teen £35,000 for explicit pictures. And then look what they did. They put Rylan Clark's face right under it. Obviously insinuates he's the presenter.
So why did they do that?
Clickbait. Because essentially, I feel like they wanted people to think it was Rylan. Go and read the article. Then you see it's not Rylan. But the thing is, but people don't read. So no one's going to know
I thought it was
that.
him. You think I even... Please.
This is it. So he tweeted and he said, "Hi at Independent, would you mind editing or removing this Facebook..." But he's even nice, said editing. I'm taking it to court. "Hi Independent, would you mind editing or removing this Facebook post? It suggests I'm the person in question and frankly the comments are disgusting." This will be time for people to get their homophobia out. And he went on to say, he said, "I won't sit back and have my name attached to something that has nothing to do with me. I responded originally because my name, amongst others, was trending on social media yesterday." So 1 second, caller. "I responded originally because my name, amongst others, was trending on social media yesterday morning. I ask all media outlets to please be careful with their subtext when using my photo surrounding such serious stories. People don't always read the full text." That's the word. "Thanks." And they end up editing it, and he did come back to say that they've edited and taken off his pictures.
I'm taking
And you know what's so funny? Then they went on and had another article talking about Rylan Clark and other BBC presenters deny it's about them. I said, you guys are cheeky.
Slow news day, boy.
Mate, very. Morning, caller.
Morning, sorry, I was just in the middle of drinking a ginger shot. Sorry.
That's okay.
Morning, it's
Morning.
Becky, Rebecca.
How are you?
Morning.
Morning, girl.
Morning, Gina.
This is
Anyways,
small
I just
talk.
wanted to
You said morning 5 times. Sorry, Becca.
sorry guys. I just wanted to quickly talk about, I guess, or bring the whole Jonah Hill and his ex-girlfriend topic before you guys moved too far from Keke and misogynist or whatever you want to call boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, whatever. I don't know if you guys seen, I guess, the discourse online about Jonah Hill basically like messaging his or then girlfriend with like his like quote unquote boundaries about like she can't post pictures of herself in a swimming costume. She's not allowed to go out, and like she's not allowed to model or something. And he's basically just saying like, these are like my boundaries, and if you don't like it, you can basically kick rocks. And people are like basically saying that, well, it's like people are saying that he's just like clearly communicating his boundaries to say this is what I'm looking for in a relationship, this is what I'm looking for in a partner, and doing X, Y, and Z triggers my insecurities. So if you do these things, then we're not meant for each other. You know, keep it pushing. But other people are saying like he's using boundaries incorrectly and he's actually trying to control her. I don't know what you guys' thoughts were on this. I mean, like for me personally, when I initially read it, I did think like, oh, he's just communicating his like to me, it just seemed like he was just communicating his boundaries in terms of what he likes and what he doesn't like. Because when you start dating someone, that's kind of what you do. You kind of clearly what you should do. And just clearly stay out the things that you're looking for in your partner. And if it doesn't align, it's probably now's the time to kind of split apart before it goes any further. But I can kind of see like maybe how some of the things that he was saying or his stipulations do seem a little bit misogynistic. It seems a little bit weird to us. Also, she's a surfer, like a professional surfer. So it seems weird to ask someone who's a professional surfer not to post pictures of them in a swimming costume when like
that's what my question was gonna
that's
be.
what she does.
That's what was, for me. That was what would determine whether it's controlling or just boundaries. Is if she's a model, if she's someone who posts regularly in bikinis, and like you said, she's a surfer. If you then get in a relationship with that person, you tell them not to do the things that you knew they were doing before they met you. That is controlling behavior, and that is a form of abuse.
I agree.
Because she was doing all of that before she met you. So you can't now say I'm triggering your insecurity when you met me, and I guess I was a trigger to you. So what attracted me to you then? You're attracted to your triggers.
It may be different though, yeah, because like in his mind maybe he might be thinking, you know what, cool, I was attracted to this, like you're saying, right? Which is crazy for him to then obviously feel some type of way afterwards, yeah. But he's still thinking, okay, now that I'm invested in you, right, I don't really like this type of attention. Like now that you are, it's kind of like meeting somebody at a club and thinking, okay, yeah, go to the club. But then when you marry him or her, you're thinking, I don't need to keep doing that though.
I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's a fair thing. I think because when you think stuff like that, you can do for anything. You can have a career that I don't really agree with, but I knew that was your career.
Yeah.
Then when we get together, I'm like, okay, you can't do that anymore. I don't think that's fair. I think that's you. I don't think it's fair to dictate things to people that is not disrespectful to you. Her posting pictures. That's part of the stuff that attracted you to her. She's a surfer. She surfs with men and women. So for you to say now that moving forward in your surfing career, you can no longer surf with men. You've been body confident and posting bikini pictures. You can no longer do that. There's certain things where it's like, yeah, we have responsibilities now. If I met a guy at a club and he clubs a lot, blah blah. Obviously, when we have kids now, the way our family is, certain things drop off the priority list. That makes sense, right? But if I met him at clubbing, he lets me know that clubbing is one of his favorite things to do. And I'm like, now because you're with me, I should be enough for you. You shouldn't be clubbing anymore. I don't believe in stuff like that.
No.
I think that's controlling behavior.
Do you feel like him kind of because you know what, let me read the message, right?
Yeah.
This is what he said. He said, plain and simple. If you need, and he's going to list a few things. If you need surfing with men, if you need boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men, if you need to model, if you need to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, if you need to post sexual pictures, if you need friendships with women who are in unstable places and from your wild recent past to beyond getting a lunch or coffee or something respectful, I am not the right partner for you.
Yeah, you're not.
You're not.
If these things...
You don't even need to say if. That's it.
If these things bring you to a place of happiness, I support it. And there'll be no hard feelings, right? These are my boundaries for romantic partnership.
So what is
But
that?
you
That's a contradiction.
But you know what's crazy, yeah? Because me reading that means you're clearly insecure.
Yeah.
So rather than you take accountability and be like, you know what, I'm insecure, I need
work
to
on
heal
it.
and I need to work on this. You should accept me as I am. It don't make any sense. Like, do you understand what I mean?
So you want us to accept your insecurity.
You want me to accept your insecurities, but then
But you
I
don't
now
accept
must
her
change
life.
my life to suit you because you're insecure. Make
bye.
it make sense, bro. And remember, like Esther said, when you met me, you knew these things were a part of my life. So it was for you to make a decision as to whether or not at that period, like when you met me, whether you could handle them. You knew you were insecure. You know you're insecure. You know what you can and cannot handle.
This is it.
So if that's the case, do not proceed or move forward.
So, okay.
It's on you.
So now that he's at this situation and he's thinking this, right? And he's now said, these are my demands or whatever it may be, yeah? Do you feel like if she's like, I can't change this and he leaves,
Yeah.
then isn't that just it?
That's perfect.
It is. That's
a
perfectly
perfect
fine.
solution.
You're not the man for me, and I'm not the woman
the
for
man-
you. Go and
yeah.
be with someone who doesn't have relationships with men, who doesn't post themselves online, who doesn't model, who doesn't surf with men, who doesn't
'Cause you know
like
what it is
catching up
that-
with people from her past.
Yeah.
That is the person for you. And guess what? There's a billion people in this world.
There
You
is.
will find someone who lives that quiet lifestyle that you
Because
want.
you know what about lists like that? They only go longer with time.
But as for
They only
me,
go longer with time.
Yeah.
The more you encourage the list, the more you accept these rules, these terms and conditions, they only get longer with time because he will start discovering more things he's insecure about, and he's gonna add it to the list. And because you accepted the first 5, why can't you accept the next 10?
and it's crazy. It's like, why don't you just work on? Why don't? Because the thing is, yeah,
Sorry, Becca,
that's
1 second.
that's not a healthy relationship, regardless.
At all, man.
So my thing is, shouldn't the focus be on you getting healing and like dealing and learning to deal with your insecurities? Because you can't approach every relationship on these are my boundaries and my terms and conditions, it's my way or no way. Yeah, you're right. You're not the partner for me. You're not the partner for anyone.
Yeah.
I think for me, it seems like there's like a few things going on here. I mean, like for Jonah, it's like maybe he's done like a little bit of therapy and he's taken maybe that 1 or 2 sessions and he's just kind of like gone overboard with it and like he's learned like some key phrases like boundaries, but he hasn't like delved into the fact that if these are, like Gina said, if these are insecurities, the whole point of working on yourself is that you work through these insecurities, find out what it is, unpack it, and then get over it, basically, or put it to the side. I think having boundaries and stuff is fair enough, but these boundaries just come across as insecurities rather than infringements of like
Yeah.
things that are necessary. His livelihood, his safety, his comfort and enjoyment of you know what I mean? And like
yeah.
in terms of his girlfriend, I think it's also like for me, another like red flag for me is like I don't get why for me personally, if somebody imposed all of these things on me and then said you've got an option to stay or leave, I would not stay. So I would be like, okay, you told me what you like, what you don't like. We're clearly not aligned. I'm not going to then try and change myself. So for me, there's something going on there as well as to why would you want to change yourself to suit someone who you like or you've just met or whatever the case is. Like you're literally fundamentally changing who you are as a person. This is your job. Why would you try and mold into their perfect partner rather than being yourself and finding someone who suits that? So I think that's also a little bit weird. And I think her coming on to the internet and being like, oh, blah, 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 this is what he's done to me. But it's also what she's done to herself because she's also accepted these as fine and normal at the time. I think it's good that she's had some clarity. But it's also like, yeah, they're broken up. So this is why she's posting everything now because they're broken up. I'm not gonna lie, they probably broke up by the sounds of these texts, probably because of him.
But you know what it is? I feel like it's what I was talking about on Friday when I was talking about how when people have feelings, they're unable to judge things objectively. And that's what happens in abusive situations where you're being controlled, you're being this. Like, for someone who's not in the situation, it doesn't make sense why someone would stay in there. But for the person who is in there, who is being manipulated, who's like, all we've seen is obviously those texts. We don't know what the conversations outside of those texts are in regards to these boundaries. I don't believe there's a boundaries, by the way. He's definitely used that really wrong. But anyway, so I could understand why it was at the time, it wouldn't have been a thing for her. Because if I love this man and our relationship is good or whatever, okay, these don't seem like a big thing. If it was a thing where when they first started talking, and this is another issue, which is another thing, which is what makes what he's done creepy, is that if they first started talking, this was upon like meeting, he said all these things, it's all right, cool. But for me, it's controlling and it is abusive to know that this person does all these things, then approach them and say, I don't want you to do any of these things and I want you to be with me. It's weird, but...
Would you be more forgiving if he felt as though the things that she's requested of him, right, to change, was because it was linked to certain behaviours that has given him trust issues?
No, because I believe everyone needs to work on their issues before you get with somebody else. I don't...
No, sorry. It's not his own issues from before.
But he's got trust issues.
No, because of her, I'm saying.
Oh, I get it.
Do you
So
get what I'm
basically,
So it's just stuff that she's done. Then you
yeah.
should have left her then. Because again, you know her to do these things. So if these things that she does has given you trust issues in the past, this again, then it's a toxic relationship. Because the thing that she does, clearly she's not professional. Let's just say that she wasn't professional with surfing when she surfs with men. She's flirting with them, whatever it is. So clearly she's not professional. Clearly she does this for attention. Clearly she does that for attention. Then uncle, you need to remove yourself from the situation. Not give her rules that you know she's going to break. Because those rules in the first place are why you have trust issues in her.
But then isn't it the same thing about the whole toxic thing though? When you're in love and you've got emotions,
absolutely.
it's not that straightforward to be like, okay, I'm gonna leave because my emotions are involved. And whilst it's a toxic relationship, I can't see it as it being toxic because I'm in it and my emotions are in it.
100%.
Yeah.
It's all a toxic mess. But thanks, Becca. She's gone.
No way.
Oh.
You guys take care.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Later.
Before you continue, Esther. So, Emmanuel, tell me something. I'm not sure if it is that you saw the post that she put up where he responded to one of her stories. Sorry. With love heart
Hello.
eyes. Basically saying, ooh, I love that picture. And it was her surfing, her bum bum was there. Obviously, she's white, she ain't got no bum bum. But he was feeling it, right?
Yeah.
And that's how it is that they started talking.
Okay.
And now they fell in love. Obviously, he's the big boy, right? So he's now saying, all right, cool, now I've got you. Remove all that stuff. All of the posts that you have your bum out, remove it, right? Now, I don't know how it is that she was fraternizing with surfers and other guys because obviously surfers live in the sun and stuff when they go surfing. So they have a different type of lifestyle than this Jewish guy, right? This conservative guy. And I don't know if it is that he was a bit chubbier than, I haven't got a clue. Obviously, his insecurities are absolutely rife. But do you feel it's a bit wrong to now switch it up once it is that she's now emotionally invested and there's security involved in being in a relationship?
Yeah, definitely.
You think it's wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wrong because he saw all this before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are you now telling her to...
Yeah.
All right, cool. I just wanted to know if it is that you were on the side of... I wasn't sure which side you were on. But
Oh, is it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, you want to clarify. All right, cool.
No,
So it was like a bait and switch, innit?
Yeah, I was just asking because I'm like, as you guys are talking, I'm reading for this newspaper article.
Yeah.
So I can get more of the
Okay.
situation, yeah.
Okay. All right, sorry, caller.
Hey guys, it's Black Rob again. There's a couple of things in this discussion that I think need to be added. This girl, those texts were from a couple of years ago, right? And then she only posted them after he got I think he got his new girlfriend pregnant.
Oh.
And then, so it looks a bit spiteful. So, and second of all, I think Esther was talking about, if you don't like it, then you shouldn't have dated her, which is, I kind of agree. I thought also someone like Jonah Hill, you have to understand, I've got a bit of sympathy for him. I think it is insecure, but you have to realize he's a celebrity, and he's not he's a celebrity, and a lot of times he needs to sieve out who's trying to use him and who's in it for the real. So I think that's probably where the insecurity comes from. Not to say I agree with it, because I'm always from the school of thought of that. Let people behave how they want to behave, and then you get to see who they really are. Don't put any guardrails on them, otherwise they'll just behave the way that you want them to behave. for the time being, but that they'll resort back to their old ways eventually. Do you know what I mean? So you should just let her be who she is, and then just assess if that's what you wanted. Now, I also think that like there's interesting discussion with this Jonah Hill thing, and also with this Keke Palmer thing. And what I've seen is that like hypergamy is an interesting thing, isn't it? Because hypergamy is about dating up. Like, can a man date up and still get respect? Because look at the way Kiki's treating that guy. The biggest mistake that guy made was airing his dirty laundry out on socials. But I haven't heard none of the girls say anything about that girl tweeting private texts between her and Jonah Hill.
Can I say?
Those are
Can I
private
say
conversations.
I just want to correct something. Keke has not done anything. Everyone's the cussing that her ex has been getting has been from the public. Keke hasn't done anything.
Yeah,
And she's made it clear that she
I
never
agree with you.
ever
I'm
come in
not-
public and like.
No, I agree with you. I agree.
this
No,
and
that's why she
whatever, do you
released
get
some
me? So
t-shirts on her website.
it's not
saying,
something. So I think with your argument about I can't hyper something, it's in this situation. It's not to do with her. And I have seen circumstances where the woman is more famous or has more money or whatever, and the men are respected and they are whatever figures it is that they need to play in the relationship. There is that.
Yeah, the
I
guy
think it's
has
how
to be
society,
secure.
why society thinks about things. But when you find in people's relationships, it works because again, yes, money is important, but he offers something more. Do you get me? Than you can place monetary value on it. That makes sense. So it can absolutely work.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. What I'm saying is that like, if when there needs to be, obviously there's probably no respect in that relationship both ways, because you shouldn't be posting on social media your grievances with your partner, and two, maybe I saw it wrong, but like afterwards wasn't Keke posting about did she post a t-shirt? Like she had a t-shirt. I don't know if that was true or not. I don't know if that's just a shape. Oh, well, that was true, yeah. So she created a t-shirt after the fact of that. So that's spiteful. That's like almost like, do you know what I mean? That's like, yeah, I did it, so what kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think that's spiteful.
It goes both ways.
I'm gonna make money.
There's no respect on both
feed
ways.
our
There's no
kids.
respect both ways. Huh?
I feel like I don't think it's a spiteful thing that she did what she did. He embarrassed
What, the
her.
t-shirt thing?
Like the t-shirt
No,
thing.
I'm
I'm
saying,
making
yeah,
money
but-
to feed our kids.
No. I think
He should get his
both
t-shirts
are
out talking
bad.
about
I'm saying both
your
are bad.
mother.
I'm saying so you don't think what she did was like creating the t-shirt after the fact? I think that was just like a F you back to him, like, oh well, look, I did it, and what are you gonna do, kind of thing.
I think it's a good marketing team behind her.
You're doing
guys keep talking about business.
cognitive dissonance right now, 101.
Because she hasn't
Cognitive
given any.
dissonance 101.
Like, I haven't responded to anything you guys are saying. I haven't responded to any of the comments. Like I literally don't care. That's fine. You guys care about this so much. Buy my t-shirts.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right.
Hypergamy. You just mentioned that term. Can I just read out a definition for the people?
Yeah.
Hypergamy is a term used in social science for the act or practice of a person dating or marrying a spouse of higher caste, social status, or sexual capital than themselves. Thanks for dropping that, to be honest. I never heard of that before in my life.
How that works?
Yeah. So you think there's no subtext to her releasing Esther? You think there's no subtext to her releasing a shirt after the fact about you're a mum shirts? You think there's no subtext? You think it's just huh?
The definitely is because remember her caption.
What do you think the subtext is? What's the subtext? What do you think the subtext is?
I feel like I'm in court.
No, because you're doing. You know what she's trying to. You're gone anyway. I want you to. What do you think the subtext is?
Go on, Rob.
Yeah, I'm a little.
Get
I
her,
don't
get
think I
her.
want to carry on this conversation at this point.
Silence is
But
deafening.
yeah, so basically there was subtext. So obviously in her caption, she did say to like mothers that she addressed mothers and whatever else it was. She definitely knows what she's doing with it. But I'm not gonna say it's a F you to him because I'm not gonna give him.
No,
that
what
much
do you
credit.
think the subtext is? What do you think the
Personally?
subtext is?
I don't know because I'm not Keke Palmer.
Okay. No.
Are you Keke
You
Palmer's
see, the
PA?
question was, what do you think? I didn't say what do you know. What do you
Are you
think?
a PA? Because clearly you must have been in the room. When they
Asking
were talking
questions
about
I'm
the
not
t-shirt.
asking, you know.
You must have been in the You must have been in the room when they were talking about the t-shirt. What did the board say? What did Kiki's mum, who's her manager, also say? You can let us know because clearly you have the inside. You have the inside tea.
Getting bare defensive. I was just asking a
Mr.
question. Can't answer it.
Goodbye.
So it's all
Thank
good. It's
you.
all good. It's all
You
good.
Thanks
didn't
for
call
calling.
in
Mad
to
defensive.
antagonize, did you?
Don't irritate me. Not on a
I
Monday.
said,
all good,
I
it's
said,
all good.
whoa.
It's all good.
Okay.
It's all good. It's all good. All right. Anyway.
Thank you very much,
Goodbye.
Alan.
That's it.
Anyways, Davide has been sniffing stuff out in is it Ibiza?
I've seen.
He's been sniffing stuff. So there's a video of the sun
Oh, I thought you said
on his
Davido.
neck.
That's what I thought.
No, not Davide. No, Davide. Ekin's ex. So basically, there was a video of him pouring some kind of white substance on his hands and then sniffing it. And basically, his team are just saying it's what is it? Snuff? Hold on.
Snus.
No, not snus.
Oh,
Snuff.
I only
Saying
know
it's
it's
snuff.
snus because Woodsy does snus.
Oh, is it?
It sounds such like a stupid thing.
Like a little bag thing you put. Yeah.
Isn't it like gel drugs?
One girl gave it to me before, years back. Yeah,
I thought that was gel drugs. That's what they do in jail.
Yeah, one time.
Like, how does it make you feel?
I have to think back, but it's very loose, freeing, calm, just
Not loose.
Maybe euphoric might be a good
Yeah.
word.
Do you have to wash your fingers before you touch your gums?
Huh?
In my head, you put it there and you do that.
I don't remember going to the bathroom first, but
Super done.
I'm gonna see my hands were clean as they always are. So
Will
yeah,
you do it again?
I guess. I don't know.
You had sex afterwards, didn't you?
Calm down.
No, I'm just saying. I'm thinking.
No, I never.
Okay.
Did it just
So
make
you
you feel
just
mellow?
recreational?
All right, let me think back to that actual day. How long ago was this? It was so long ago.
I didn't know you did snus.
No, I don't do snus. I did snus. This guy. I did it one time only. I went to a friend's house. She was telling me about it. I didn't know what it was. Hadn't heard of it before that
Yeah.
day. She described what it done, and it sounded kind of harmless.
Yeah.
I thought, all right, let me try it.
Yeah.
Done it, and I felt the euphoricness, and that was it. Didn't ever do it again. I've never even come across anyone in my life since then who has done it.
Oh, I know bare people.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it hasn't been a
What's
topic of
this?
conversation before.
Loads.
She's the only girl I've ever known to do it, to bring it up, to speak about it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Is
it.
it like nut?
Is it like Nat? What's that?
You chew, and it has that.
No, you don't,
You don't
chew
chew it. You just leave it
put
under
there,
here.
and you just leave it.
You done snus?
I don't know why you're looking at me like that for.
Have you done
I
snus?
literally just said I know loads of people that do it. Even the other day
She's done
at
snus.
the event, one of the boys gave me the container.
Yeah.
So obviously, when I had everyone's phones,
Yeah.
I had everyone's phones in the snus container. This is like, was it a friend? Was like, right, you do snus? I said, wait, I said, it's not mine.
Hold on. So, just for clarification,
It's
is
not
it?
mine.
Is it?
It's tobacco, no?
What is it?
I think it's tobacco.
And
tobacco.
I guess I should know this, but I've done it before. But what is it?
Greek did it as well at the party.
Who?
He mentioned
Greek.
it. He just mentioned it.
Yeah, he just reminded me. He did it as well.
Oh, is it?
Because I thought he was taking his retainer out.
Yeah.
But no, he was
Oh no, but what is it?
getting
What is it?
live.
What is it? It's tobacco, you said.
And I think it's meant. It's like not. It doesn't have tobacco in it. Something like that. I don't
It's
know.
tobacco.
Yeah, but tobacco would mix with
Snus
what?
is
Someone
a
in the, someone in
tobacco
the
product.
One of the streetwise people in the group chat let us know.
Basically, I'm reading it.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, yeah, okay, go on, babe.
Snus is a tobacco product originated from a
Okay.
variant of dry snuff in early Sweden. It's not fermented.
Brent,
it's
Brent, I was just like this on the couch, just mellowed out, like, you know what I mean? Like, what's going on? You telling me?
basically it's an alternative to smoking and vaping.
That's so funny.
And it's basically a dissolvable tobacco product. It contains nicotine. Using snus is harmful to health, although much less than smoking tobacco.
Okay.
And that's what Jeeves said.
Yeah, that was it, man.
You love to ask
That's what you
Jeeves,
got me
don't
with.
you?
Yeah,
I
that's
recognize that
snus.
container. Them bags.
Okay, well, his team are saying that he was not doing coke. He was doing snuff. So I remember you said something about that in the ingredients of snus. Maybe
Yeah.
he went straight to the roots, but that's what they're basically claiming. And then the people around him, there's people that were obviously speaking to the publications, and they were like, he looked shifty as he came to the tent, then took a hit of the powder on his hand. He didn't talk much and seemed very focused on the powder. He said he was struggling with his break with Ekinsu, but he didn't seem too heartbroken or caught up about it. He said he was more interested in partying, and he just wanted to have a good time on the trip and blah 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 whatever else. But no one really cares about stuff to do with Davide. I just thought I'd sprinkle that in there. And then also over the weekend, so the Forbes, the magazine, has done an article, a very interesting article on it's called Women of the City, the magazine, right? The publication. And essentially, it leads back one way or another to SPAC Nation, basically. And I love it. I love the cover of the article. It's so beautiful. It says, the editor, the fraudster, and the pastor. I think that's so sick. And it's like they're all in black and it's just their faces highlighted. I love it so much. It's a long-ass article, but essentially, cut a long story short, because I'm tired of reporting about these people. Essentially, there's a Women of the City magazine, and essentially its mission is to empower female-owned businesses, right? And they reach out to different businesses or whatever, but they charge them to like be on the cover and stuff. A lot of magazines do that, to be fair, so that's not really outlandish. But they try to charge this lady who owns aesthetics clinic, $6,400, and she managed to haggle the price all the way down to $1,200. So clearly you're not serious, right? You're not serious, which is about £1,000. And then she paid the invoice and she just never heard anything back. They had like back and forth about when they're going to do it, when they're going to shoot, when they're going to do this, whatever. And she said after a while, they just stopped responding to her. And said that when they offered her when they told her how much it was going to be, she thought it was a bit weird. But then because that Rochelle Humes is on the page and some other like important women, she just thought, okay, like this must be legit kind of thing. It's a good investment. It'll help the clinic, blah, blah. But obviously nothing came from it. And there's like other people that are there. And essentially, they've lost. So all the people that they spoke to, entrepreneurs and fashion designers who've been interviewed by Forbes about this whole scandal, have said they've lost about $195,000. It's about £154,000. So essentially, it's just one of their things, really. Obviously, they're denying it. The editor-in-chief, she hasn't commented on whether there's any link.
Who's the editor-in-chief, please?
Her name is... One second. Her name... Something Pendergast, something like that. I can't find it. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, no, I can't find it. That's her last name. Teddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
so
dumb. No, he's been dumb.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I wouldn't
not
know. But anyways, yeah, so that's basically what the whole article shows. It's just a whole bunch of stuff they've done and all links to it. It's a long-ass article. I read most of it. But again, my heart is not in it. So let's get into People's Journal.
All right, people. Welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. All right. So, first thing I wanted to mention. Remember, I think some weeks back we were talking about the issues Thames Water are basically facing. Well, they've come out to say they've secured a commitment for an additional £750 million investment, right, by shareholders, right? Because obviously loads of debt and all that type of stuff. They were trying to reduce or avoid our entire possibility of being placed in a temporary public ownership position. So basically, they've managed to secure that, right? Next thing I wanted to mention is Boohoo. Did you know there's like a issue between Boohoo and Revolution Beauty?
No.
Who are Revolution Beauty anyway?
They do makeup.
Oh, Revolution.
They do
Yeah.
cosmetics.
I have a theory about
Okay.
them.
What?
I can't say it out loud. Similar to that of W.H. Smith.
Which is what? I don't know what your theory is.
Never mind, I'll tell you later.
Well, there's an issue basically back and forth between, I don't know much about the issue, but basically, according to Sky News, they're saying that Boohoo has drafted a letter to the AIM regulatory authorities demanding that Revolution clarifies an earlier stock exchange announcement that the online clothing retailer had obstructed efforts to finalize its accounts, right? So Boohoo's also planning to seek assurances that voting decisions at a forthcoming Revolution Beauty EGM are upheld and not subsequently overturned. This is according to people who are close to the situation, right? I don't know the ins and outs of the entire situation, but apparently their row is going to intensify. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I'll look into that a bit further. One of the main things I wanted to kind of discuss, not really discuss in terms of like long length of time or whatever, but you guys are aware that Amazon Prime Day is coming up, innit?
Yeah.
Cool. From I think it's the 11th, so from tomorrow.
Yeah, I keep seeing ads.
Yes. Well, Amazon workers at Coventry warehouse are looking to walk out, man. They're striking for 3 days. Yeah, man. So they're saying that this is ridiculous. So the strike is going to be taking place from the 11th of July to the 13th of July for 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening. So it's not the entire day and everything, but it's going to be on each of those 3 days. And obviously those are the days that Amazon Prime days actually going on and stuff like this. Basically, the walkout by the members, they're all part of the GMB union. And basically, they're calling for at least £15 an hour to kind of help with the cost of living crisis. You know what I'm saying? Starting pay, for those who are unaware, for Amazon employees is between £11 and £12 per hour.
That's mad. Do you remember the time? There was a time when people always said, well, I heard people say anyway, the Amazon workers got paid well.
Was it?
Yeah, but obviously the hours are long and stuff.
But they got paid. Salary.
Because because he lives now they're at the opposite side of that. It's crazy.
Yep. And they're really hitting them hard, man. Prime Day, you know. So yeah. Next
They have one every year though.
Huh?
They have a Prime Day every year.
Yeah. Next thing is BT Group have kicked off their basically they're looking for a new successor to their chief executive, right? Who's Philip Jansen, right? So basically, BT is basically working with the same people that with a search firm called Spencer Stewart, and they're trying to identify a successor to him, right? He took on the role in 2019. Basically they just made an announcement about the succession process, and basically they're trying to get people in there, this, that, and the third. It's basically been understood that, basically Mr. Jansen, the same guy who basically has left BT Group, they're not too sure if he's going to continue in the same company, if he's going to continue his executive career, or he's going to pursue being a chairman, basically, So that's still up in the air about this and the third, innit? But basically, long story short, he's stepping down, and they're going to get somebody to replace him. Also wanted to mention, Empire Cinema?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, a bunch of them are going to be closing down, innit? They've entered into administration. So obviously, TDA listens all over the world and whatnot. But for those who go to Empire Cinema in Bishop Stortford, in Catterick Garrison, Sunderland, Swindon, Wigan, and the one I've been to a few times, I think, Walthamstow, they're all going to be closing down. So you may need to find another local and whatnot in it. But there are some other ones in certain locations that are going to be remaining open, like in Birmingham, Ipswich, Sutton, Bath, Cheltenham, and places like that. There is one other thing I wanted to mention, and this is basically for those who have got kids who may be unaware of some of the benefits that you can get during a 6 weeks holiday. So this is basically the holiday activities and food program, right? So the HAF, and basically, I believe you have to speak to your local authorities about this because it may vary in terms of how they actually roll it out slightly. But basically, the entire gist of it is basically that each boroughs are gonna be rolling out these particular things, and they're gonna be given ways to pretty much occupy the kids in it. So they're gonna give them activities, fun activities, opportunities, and food as well. So for those people who are kind of struggling with feeding their kids during the holidays, obviously when the school was kind of taking care of that, right, they can basically enroll and get that sorted as well. It's not for everyone who gets free school meals. It's for those who are eligible for the benefits related free school meals. So again, you have to go and double check that and all that type of stuff. And also, it's not the same as the universal infant free school meals. So there's a few things out there, but you basically just have to double check your borough, make sure that you're eligible, and then once you are, you basically be able to access that. I'll basically give a bit more information as we draw closer to the 6 week holiday. But that's pretty much it for People's Journal.
All right, let's get into some Motivational Monday.
All right, people. So, Motivational Mondays. Just wanted to kind of give you guys some motivational insights. I'm going to keep this real short and sweet. I just remind people that obviously, you know what I mean, like in this world, you only have one life. You gotta make it count, you know what I'm saying? So the first thing I wanted to mention is from someone called Chris Grosser. And he says, opportunities don't happen, you create them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the time, people are like, oh, you know, if I get an opportunity, this, no. He's basically saying opportunities don't happen, you create them. You know, the legendary Les Brown, he's also said, don't let someone else's opinion of you become your reality. Obviously, that would be in a more negative sense, innit? But again, don't let someone else's opinion of you become your reality. And the last quote was by Walt Disney, who says, if you can dream it, you can do it. If you can dream it, you can do it. And that's pretty much it for Motivational Mondays.
All right, let's get into our last headlines for today.
Did Tracy respond to your email yet?
Yeah, she has actually. Yeah, I'm gonna be dialoguing with her about what she emailed me.
All right, well done, Tracy. Love it.
All right, so our last set of headlines, guys. Trigger warning here, and unfortunately, a man's been killed in a tragic hit and run, South London nightlife hotspot. 27-year-old died at the scene in Clapham High Street after being struck down around 2:40 in the morning, yesterday morning. Police cordoned off the area and erected a forensics tent outside of a local supermarket. The surrounding Voltaire Road and A3 remain closed as police complete their accident investigation work. A Met spokeswoman said that police were called following reports of a collision involving a pedestrian and a car on Clapham High Street in SW9. Officers attended alongside the London Fire Brigade and medics from the London Ambulance Service. Despite the efforts of the emergency services, this 27-year-old man was pronounced dead at the scene. Inquiries are ongoing to contact his next of kin, and the driver did not stop at the scene, guys. So, sad. A number of road closures are in place at the moment as officers continue to investigate. But if you have any information about this incident, call police on 101, and you just have to quote the reference CAD, which is Charlie Alpha Delta 1040/09 JUL, July. Next headline, and trigger warning here as well. A man has been arrested on suspicion of attempted murder after 2 people were stabbed in Surbiton. Have you guys heard of Surbiton? Surbiton? How was it? Oh, I've never heard that ever. But basically, one person believed to have been assaulted at the Crown Plaza Hotel, Portsmouth Road, at about 13:35 on Sunday. This according to Surrey Police. A second man was then attacked at a BMW garage next door. Both were taken to hospital following the incident. Spokesperson said that while we appreciate that this may be extremely concerning, we would like to reassure you that we believe this is just an isolated incident. An investigation is underway to establish the circumstances of the incident and remains ongoing. In the last headline, this one it's a bit of a long one. You'll get the gist of it like 2 minutes in, 20 seconds in. But basically, this is about an incident that happened back home in Nigeria, Esther.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. Guess what happened? A Basically, a 19-year-old Nigerian school pupil who has been at the centre of a controversy about whether she got the coveted nationwide top spot in this year's final exams has admitted that she forged her results sheet.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Why did she admit? They didn't catch her. Why did she admit it?
Oh, they did.
Oh, damn.
I'll get into it. So basically, surrounding a kind of Ejikeme Joe Mesoma, right? So basically, this route, it actually went all the way to Parliament, you know.
That's so, you just do something here, just a little bit, and then now it's taken too far.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
man.
awkward.
And the lawmakers were debating the issue. So basically, she had been celebrated after coming forward to say that she had an overall score of 362 in the exams and was the nation's top achiever. Miss Mesoma, who went to the school in Anambra State, produced what looked like a results printout to prove her case. And the local businessman even offered her 3 million naira scholarship, right, which is equivalent to about £3,000, right? But the exam authority, JAM, which is the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, they disputed its authenticity, saying that the pupil actually got 249. So not 362, 249. It also said that the format of the printout that she has shown was no longer being used, and there was a number of other inconsistencies. So obviously, loads of people came out, like they would in Nigeria, because obviously any opportunity kind of to defend your fellow man, against the government or government bodies.
do.
You
That's
kind of would,
embarrassing,
you know what
man.
I'm saying? So people came out and accused Jam of trying to cover up their glitches on his website, right? That led to it issuing 2 different results. But soon the dispute became a national story, and basically Miss Masoma released a video protesting her innocence and saying that she was traumatized. That they even accused me, this is her words, I'm traumatized that they accused me of forging my own results, right?
This is so funny.
The Anambra State Governor, Charles Soludo, right? He then launched an official investigation. So according to its report signed off on Friday, Ms. Masoma then admitted to have been...
I need to pee so bad.
I'm not gonna lie. The fact that she's even gone that far, I would have continued with my lie.
That's what I'm saying.
You know when it gets to a point where you just have to, you know you're lying,
So they
but it's
never
gone
really-
so far, you just have to keep lying.
because it's gone too far now. Like the people are involved.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so she admitted it.
Yep.
She shouldn't have.
She says, she admitted to have been given a manipulated result by herself, basically, which was unaided. So whoever's helped her has said, listen, you better take
better
this by
take my
yourself.
name.
Exactly. So according to her, she proceeded to the cyber cafe where she printed the results which she had manipulated. And it also make a note to say this in the headline that she gave no reason for why she did this. Right?
Yeah, what the? You know the reason Nigerians give her everything. The devil. The devil
Yeah,
did
yeah,
it.
exactly. So she's been told to give a written apology, and it has been recommended that she undergoes counselling as well.
Oh, that's all right. I thought she was gonna face jail time.
No.
Oh, that's all right then. Well,
Well-
a bit of counselling. Everyone needs it anyway.
Look at the other consequence, though. Jam has now banned her. Exactly.
And you know you need that.
Exactly. They banned her from taking the final exams.
So essentially, jam is like it's what you do before you go to uni. So like an A levels, basically for people who
Yeah.
don't get it. But yeah, it would be like an A level. So imagine the AQA OCR banning you.
Yeah. For the next 3 years. Can you imagine? Someone who should
But
go
to be fair though, you know Nigeria, all the universities will strike.
innit?
So to be fair, she's gonna end up graduating with her classmates. So she'll be right. She'll be
That's
right.
true.
Just get some work experience during this time. That's
Yeah,
wild,
man.
man.
That's pretty much the end of the story, man. But yeah. Anyway,
This is so funny.
it's time to pay the bills.
Let's get into our reaction. Why'd you always come up with snacks?
All right, let's get into some of these football transfer rumours first and foremost. Please, you're quiet there. Bayern Munich have submitted a second bid for Harry Kane, worth 80 million euros, 68 million pounds, plus add-ons. Just pass it, please. Pause. According to Sky Germany, with the Tottenham striker, surprisingly, in my opinion, he actually wants to go to Germany. That's the rumour. Brent, what's your thoughts on this? Harry Kane to Bayern.
I haven't seen it happening.
Neither do I. I'm surprised the
At all.
rumour is that he wants to go.
To Bayern?
The Bayern, yeah. And plus, do you reckon the fee's a bit of a low blow? 8 million euros? I think it's 30 or 31.
Yes and no. Yes, because obviously Man United's been quoted 100 million, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that it's not their rival is probably why they might. I'm not sure if they'll be entertaining 80, but
Yeah.
I would understand if he goes for less, if he goes outside the Premier League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true. But yeah, I feel like the only teams who pay big money is either Prem teams or Saudi. Outside of the Prem, teams don't really have the type of money we have in it. So Harry Kane getting to Bayern or any team outside of the Prem for 100 million is not realistic. But I'm surprised that he wants to go. This is true because I see him as a Prem forever kind of guy. Try to win the Prem, maybe try to beat Alan Shearer's record as well, which he's close to doing. So him leaving now almost seems kind of pointless.
Very. So I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I was happening.
Especially to Bayern.
And plus, Spurs don't want to sell anyway, so
Yeah.
Bayern Munich can bid all they like. I don't think Spurs want to sell Harry Kane. So that's that. Might be a sad day or maybe not a sad day for Man United fans, depending on what you think about this player. But David De Gea, Man United's long-standing goalkeeper, has left. The team is a free agent now after 12 years at the club. Shane Marks is not here to tell me what he thinks about that, but yeah. David De Gea, Man United's, I guess, one of their best goalkeepers ever.
Yeah.
Keepers ever has left. What else we got? Lukaku is willing to take a pay cut to secure a permanent move to Inter Milan from Chelsea. Chelsea are currently selling, a player every minute. And he might be the next to leave. That's not of interest to me, to be fair. What else we got here? This is interesting, actually. What do you think about Poch saying he wants to try to save Dele Alli's career?
Interesting.
Speak to him, have a conversation. He wants to see where his head's at. Do you think that means that Dele Alli to Chelsea might be a potential move?
Possibly, yeah.
I mean, because that's his old coach, for those who don't know, at Spurs. I feel like Dele Alli's... It's weird to say his peak because he's still young, but his peak was under Poch. That's when he kind of, came into his own. So Poch probably knows him the best. He's probably worried about him. Like, you had great potential, you were a rising star, and now your career's in the mud. What happened? Is there anything I can do to help you? Kind of thing?
Yeah.
I kind of want to see that happen.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it seems his hairstyle, because he's gone
With the
GZ
same
type,
hairstyle?
innit?
I don't mind what hairstyle. But if he's serious business, short back and sides.
Where's he play now?
If he's serious. I think the last time I saw him was in Fenerbahce. No, not Fenerbahce. It was somewhere in Turkey.
That's crazy.
Somewhere in Turkey. Yeah, his fall off is crazy.
And Mount is gone, so it makes sense if it is that he's looking to bring him back.
Mount's gone. Mount's got Chelsea. The Chelsea exodus is crazy.
Yeah.
Mount,
Havertz. Yeah.
Pulisic,
Yeah.
Loftus-Cheek,
Yeah.
Kante,
Yeah.
Kovacic,
Yeah.
Mendy.
Yeah.
Ziyech went, but he failed the
he came
medical,
back,
so he's back. Who else? Aspilicueta. Aspil, how you say his name? Who else? Kante. I said Kante already. Right?
It's a lot of bloody
There's a lot of players.
And he's still looking to shift a few more, like Aubameyang and...
Aubameyang's still to go. I reckon Aubameyang will go. And who else? Who else will probably go?
Did you hear that Chelsea might be in for Balogun?
You better not even dare.
And people are saying that it could be like we can get Mudryk as a...
Koulibaly is gone as well. But a Mudryk and Balogun swap, would I entertain that? I would, because Balogun is getting on my nerves. Yeah, I understand he's a confident lad. He believes in himself. But where he's acting on social media, he's posting his market value of 30 million euros. He's basically saying, if you don't start me, I want to leave. And I just feel like, I appreciate him being confident, but I just feel like he needs to dial it down a bit and understand he's still young. This is a process. We want him at the club, innit? But this prima donna behavior is not sitting right with me, innit? Just relax. I get it. You don't want to be third choice striker because how many games are you going to get as a third choice striker? But I think it's not even a third choice thing. I think it's him and then Ketia battling it out for the second choice, right? Potentially, because obviously Jesus is good, but Jesus is he's not a bagsman. He's not going to get you 25, 30 goals a season. And if Arteta sees something in Balogun where he can get those numbers, who knows? I think if you believe in yourself that much, stay at Arsenal. Right? Stay at Arsenal and fight for your place. Don't throw your toys out the pram trying to get a move. That's just me, innit? But if I had to give him a choice, sell Nketiah, I'll keep Balogun. But not to Chelsea. If Balogun is to go, send him to Leipzig or one of them teams, not to Chelsea. Not to Chelsea. But Arsenal are inclined to do business with Chelsea though, because we've done business with them. Jorginho, Havertz. So I think if Chelsea call, Arsenal will pick up the phone. You hear about the rumour that Man United are in for or have showed interest in Thomas Partey?
No.
Yeah, I heard that on AFTV. Yeah.
That's interesting.
I don't see that happening.
God forbid.
I don't see... Arteta understands Arsenal culture and history. I don't believe he will sanction a move for our best midfielder to go to Man United.
I don't see it happening.
Like, I can see him accepting a Balogun to Chelsea, but a Partey to Man United is an absolute no-go for me. Absolute no-go.
But it could be good to, if it is, we are looking to tell him to raise the price a bit.
Of who?
Partey. Because if it is that Qatar know that Man United are in for Partey, and there's like a little bidding war going on, Qatar's gonna be like, alright, cool.
Yeah. But apparently Partey he's dismissed any move to
Qatar.
Okay. To Saudi, Remember, not everyone wants to end their career now.
Yeah.
Even I just heard today, Milinkovic Savic, Lazio midfielder that we're always linked with.
Yeah.
Apparently he's accepted he's accepted an offer from Saudi for 20 million euros a year.
Okay.
And he's in his prime. So Saudi are slowly, I don't think there'll be a top not European league, top world league anytime soon. But if they can attract players of that ilk, but they have to do it tenfold to get a league full of players. But if they can just get people small here and there, the league will build up. Arsenal's business is done for now.
I think it's until it is we sell some of our players.
So we've secured the signing of Rice and Timber. They're going to announce it this week. And then I'm hearing they want to get some outgoings. And then looking at Lavia. I'm hearing they're looking at a right-sided player as a backup or competition for Saka too. So potentially two more players coming in. But Liverpool are talking to Lavia as well. So I don't think Lavia is definitely coming to Arsenal. Especially if Arsenal want to wait and see what happens. You can't wait in this game because if you wait, Liverpool's going to come and Liverpool don't play. Liverpool are straight in. So I don't see Lavia come to Arsenal based on the rumours. I reckon we'll get a different option, which I don't mind because he's a bit young. I don't want a 19-year-old. But I'll take him, but I don't want a 19-year-old.
But that's not to replace Partey though, is it?
It's not to replace him, but the thing is, Partey's future is still up in the air.
Yeah.
I feel like the two things I'm most interested about is Partey's future and Balogun's future. I really want those two to be sorted. Are they staying or are they going? Right? And if they are, then who's coming in? Apart from that, all the other players that I want to leave, I'm assuming that they will leave. You know, Cedric, Lokonga, Marquinhos, all of them. But Balogun and Partey, I think those are the ones that we really need to focus on to figure out what's happening with those two. Yeah. All right, cool. In other news, UK athletics news, Zarnil Hughes wins 200 meter to complete men's sprint double. Zahil Hughes completed the sprint double as he won the men's 200 meters at the UK Athletics Championships. The 27-year-old claimed the 100-meter title at Manchester's regional arena on Saturday and followed that up by winning the 200 meters in 19.77 seconds. Daryl Nater defended her... Oh, sorry, that's a woman's name. Darrell? How you say that name? Daryl? I'll say Daryl for now. Daryl Nater defended her women's 200-meter title while Keely Hodgkinson regained the 800-meter crown. But Olympic silver medalist Laura Mule suffered a surprise loss in the 1500 meter, finishing second to Katie Snowden. And then let's get into the last headline. Ennis gets impressive win over Villa. In a welterweight showdown for the interim IBF title, Jaron Ennis broke down, dropped and stopped Roman Villa in the 10th round. What's his score, man? 26-2. Oh, is that
his previous
his record? Okay.
Yeah.
24 KOs, 26 wins, right?
Yeah.
And 2 losses. Then you got Ennis, who's 31-0. Okay, 31-0, 18 knockouts. All right.
That should be 28 knockouts.
Oh, 28 knockouts.
Yeah, 28 knockouts.
Dazzled with his ultra quick hands and quick twitch movement before he planted Villa on the canvas with a pair of punishing right hands, followed by a chopping left. Referee David Fields quickly waved off PBC on Showtime headline without a count nearly halfway through round 10 to end a one-sided beating. I'm getting better, said Ennis, ESPN's number 4 boxer at 147 pounds. We got to wait for Errol Spence and Bud Terrence to fight, and I want the winner of that. Also in boxing, actually, they announced, I'm not sure you talked about last week, Dylan White and AJ.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's been announced, so looking forward to that.
Who do you think is going to win?
AJ. Yeah, I think AJ will take his time.
I think AJ will stop him, to be fair.
Yeah, AJ probably win that. And that's your sports for today, guys. Let's get into the outro.
All right, good show as always. Thank you guys for tuning in. Just as a side note, the people didn't ask me to say this, but when you call into the show, you might want to have some manners. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. You can't come in here mannerless and expect me to respond to you. I don't respond to foolishness. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, do all that great stuff. Follow us on our social media platforms. The Day After TNB, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. If you want to send your dilemmas in, the number is 075-6484-1073. If you'd like to inquire about the show or feature on the show, the email address is thedayafter@thenewblack.com. If you think there's interesting guests that we could have, people that you know personally or you've seen their work or whatever, and you think we could have a good conversation with them, forward the show along to them. But yeah, that's it. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Peace.
Peace.